The one. He sells underwear. Does a lot of underwear. A lot of terrible underwear. Alright, let's play the video. Everybody, and welcome to a Galleria roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon. We're back another day. It's Thursday. That means Dungeons and Dragons, just like every other day. But this day, it's more alliterative and special because we're playing the Great Galleria of Grunrundi. We got Chelsea as our Dungeon Master today. Chelsea, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I have recently gotten over being sick, so I apologize if I'm a little nasally today, but I am ready to, cause some fantasy-based shenanigans.
Fantasy-based shenanigans are my favorite type of shenanigans.
They're the best kind of shenanigans.
Coincidentally, yeah, amazing. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the cast and crew, let's figure out who we are and who we're playing today. And you might notice that we don't have either Scraticus or Madame Gandalf with us today. Madame Gandalf is flying, and Scraticus is going to an airport, right? So I have a suspicion that they're meeting up to do some kind of special Great Galleria of Grunrundi episode without us. So that means that we're going to have to do an extra special one without them. So
true.
Fuck you guys. I'm kidding. But let's go around. We have Warped Films with us today. How you doing, Andy? Good to see you again.
I am doing great. Thanks for having me back.
It's a pleasure, as always. Talk to us a little bit about Sebastian. We've met him before, but it's been a little while.
Yes. Sebastian, he came to the Galleria because he has his a sword that drives him to prove he's the greatest warrior. He wanted to prove that by getting his own dungeon and letting people come to him. The Galleria seemed like the great place to get minions to stock the dungeon.
Yeah.
And he met up with this half-elven couple. His memory got wiped from the entire day. He remembers clothes being ripped off and waking up tied to a chair in a tavern filled with dead rats.
It happens to the best of us. So amazing. Thank you, Andy. We also have Archdevil Rotu with us today. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, Don.
There you go.
I'm good.
Beautiful, beautiful. Talk to us a little bit about Karusha.
I am Karusha. I am very large orc, 6'8", 325 pounds. I am very strong like Minotaur. I like to fight in arena, fight in pit, fight in alley, fight in bathroom. But I am not just fighter. I am also lover. I have 3 kids with 4 women. I don't know how that works either.
That's impressive. I think you and Fimba, my character, are going to get along very, very well, my friend. Amazing. We also have Crumpler back with us today. Crumpler, how you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic again. Thank you so much for letting me come back.
It's a pleasure as always. Talk to us about your character today.
I'm currently playing Jail Fator. He's a blue dragonborn champion from where we first came to the Galleria for he had to make a return on a set of squirrels. And now he's in quite of a pickle. And also he's alongside with Sebastian, currently helping him get him out of, well, a spell got him well rooted, and also helping him getting his memories back. So that's where Giles was when we left him.
Very nice, very nice. We have returning again, Irvin Lady with us today. Irvin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Let's see. Yeah, I got some good news.
A resplendent offering.
I applied for, so.
Oh, great stuff.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I got a name from again, which is amazing. So, but today I'll be playing Elithra again, same as last week, and I'm gonna try to kill Finbar again, maybe. Depends on how it goes.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you to Israel for that donation. I think that's a boss monster to aid. And how many wild magic do you want on Elithra? Love it. I think that's 4. Yeah, 4 wild magics for Elithra there. So get rolling, my friend. Get rolling. Amazing. We also have, last but not least, with us today, we have Treepelt. Treepelt, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Treepelt?
What the fuck was I doing?
I don't know. I don't know what you've been in, but I can tell you this. I hear that you're playing Dungeons and Dragons today.
I am. Thank you for informing me.
You're
I
welcome.
totally forgot. I thought I was here to do sex dungeons.
No, that is tonight's stream, featuring all of us here, but in much less clothing. Treepelt, talk to us about your character, Treepelt.
Well, Treepelt is an unusual dragonborn, for she is covered mostly in fur. Don't ask how or where. All I remember is she was from Limbo.
There you go. There you go. Returning from a former season to join us back in the real world today, Treepelt. Thank you so much. As for myself, I'll be playing Finbar the Bard, the most handsome and glorious bard in all of the world. Recently, Finbar has become he's born flight, basically. He last week most heroically saved his companion Ari in perhaps the most heroic thing that anyone has ever done or ever seen ever. That is what the bards will write, because Finbar is the bard who will write them. Very beautiful on the outside, very ugly on the inside. So that's who I'll be playing today. Before we dive into today's show, of course, I'll remind you guys, all our shows are sponsored by D&Dice. Boom! .co.uk. Go over there. Get some beautiful dice. I just got in some new sets of metallic dice. You can check them out there on the website. Get 5% off when you use the coupon code EncounterRoleplay and support the shows. What a bargain. Also, you can interact with today's show. If you haven't followed yet, hit the follow button and join us so we hit these follow marks, as well as this tweet mark here. If you haven't retweeted, go ahead and do so. 20 retweets. You guys get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. It could be a good thing, but let's face it, it's Thursday. It's a great Galleria of Grundy. It's going to be a bad thing. And you can donate to affect the game as well. Give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges. Isriva has already. We'll go through these here in a minute, but I'll hand over to Chelsea to talk to us a little bit about what happened previously on the Great Galleria of Grundy.
Woo! Okay, so I think really the long and short of it, after we got past the first half of the game where you guys, you know, did whatever it was you chose to do, was that you finally tracked down this woman in the sorry, that's funny. To come shortly. You tracked down this woman in the alchemical and potions district of the Galleria of Grundy, who there was whispers that she may have a cure for the fantasy herpes, as I guess we are now calling it, of the Galleria. And of course, your companion, who, you know, the tiny one, has been inflicted with it. And she proceeded to give you some information and lead you into a secret passageway on the backside of her library. She showed you the secret medical facility where she is trying to cure some of the more severe cases. And she showed you her secret passageway that leads kind of into the deep bowels of Grundy. Yes, she did. And when you got there, there was a giant, once again, you get to see with your own eyes, the giant cavernous hole that holds all of the bodies that once laid here in peace at Grundy and the ones that do no more. And there was a giant battle that happened with some wisps, and people fell 500 feet, and
I saved them all.
You saved them all. Yeah, and I want to think at the end, thanks to a donation, in fact, we had like a horde of kobolds that came through at one point, like stampeded through, like tossed people around, and we will pick up at this kind of point where all of you, I think everybody was down to like 5 HP in the bowels of Grundrundi, kind of starting out in this dungeon. Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's where we're gonna pick off.
Do you want to run through these wild magics real quick here before we dive into
Oh
it?
yeah, sure.
I put them in the Zoom chat here. So Irvin's Lithra's wild magic. Any clothing or armor now worn by you is target proof until tomorrow. Till dawn.
Fireproof.
You're right. I don't know what I said. Caster can.
I'm like,
Yep. Caster can. I shouldn't try and read. Caster can detect non-magical fire within 500 yards. That's pretty cool. A lot of fire-based things. But
Okay.
after each spell, you feel overwhelmingly dizzy. Woo. And you also think that you raised yourself from the dead.
oh god, that is terrible.
You rose yourself from the dead.
Yeah, basically.
That's like lich grade badassery.
Yeah, except she has a pact with the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So these
This is
are
gonna be interesting.
So at this moment, you guys have like the kobolds have like stampeded past. Your bodies have been tossed. This would include I guess who's down here? Finbar, Fergus, Ari, Jylith is not here, and Lithra. That's it, right? Yeah, just the four of you. So,
yeah, the other two left.
yeah, the other two after the horde of
They ran.
kobolds came through, they were like, "I'm deucing." So they pieced out. And you guys are panting. Fergus has basically passed out, along with Ari, who's got like 1 hit point left. And you guys find kind of a cubby hole where they kind of set them up to give them just a rest for the day. And as you're doing this, Finbar, you feel this like tink tink of a tug on whatever clothes it is that you currently have on.
Very few. I actually removed my underpants previously in one smooth motion in order to reveal what I call my new line of underwear named the Drildo, which helped me get into the wall last time. So from the waist down, I am very barren and bare, like a tundra, like a tundra rhino.
Well, you feel a little like tug at, or maybe just like a poke in your bum.
I look around.
There's a tiny gnome, actually, at your feet. He looks very haggard and worn, as if he has traveled a long way to get here. And he says, are you Finbar?
I am. Why are you panting so much when you touch my bum?
Well, sir, this is the first time I've stopped in like 3 days. I was sent on a mission.
You haven't stopped touching my bum in 3 days.
No, sir, I haven't stopped running to touch your bum for 3 days.
You've been running to touch my bum for 3 days. Why?
To give you this letter. And he holds out this kind of a stationary type letter, kind of snooty.
Nice. I open it up.
Because
I'm not like Harry. I don't just hold on to important pieces of paper for.
God damn it, right? It was like 2 episodes. I'm like, somebody open the piece of paper.
This looks important.
Okay. You open this piece of paper and you immediately know that it is your mother's handwriting.
Oh, it's Mummy again. I look over to
Mumbar
Alyssa.
has sent you an extended letter from afar, and it reads something like this: Finbar, after your embarrassing display at Malone's wedding, I thought I would give you a second chance to make something of yourself. I have purchased you a storefront in the fashion district to sell your underwear.
Lithra, do you know what this means?
Something I don't want to know.
And she says, it has all been paid for. You are to pick up your first like crates of underwear that have she's already basically paid a tailor. Your first shipment, actually, it's been handmade.
Oh.
Handmade by a tailor in the Makers District. But the one requirement that she has, and she says, I expect for you to make a line for older women. You have to design a new line of underwear for older women, and she expects you to use the fabric. I'm sorry, I'm tickling myself. She expects you to use the fabric of old bags of holding.
Oh.
So you have a journey to find a fabric, take it to the tailor, and pick up your shipment and take it back to your newfound.
Elifra, it seems as though we have a new quest. One of utmost importance. Forget saving the world. Forget saving the Galleria of Granrundi. No, we must create a pair of granny panties.
I'm so going to regret this, aren't I?
I would be lying if I told you anything other than yes. So, no, you won't regret this.
Oh my god. So you guys set off, leaving your two friends, to kind of sleep it out. And you notice there's like a PS on the letter. It says PS. I've heard there's some squatters in your new space. And you may want, there's some new squatters in your space. You may want to compile a team of fighters to help you.
I see. It seems, Elifra, as though there are some scum in our new underwear panty line holder shop. We should get rid of them. But first, to do so, we need at least 1, 2, 3, 4 companions, I would say. At least 2 dragonborns, preferably an orc, and let's throw in a human there as well.
The orc and the dragonborns, I can't imagine why. They're generally strong. But a human?
I know a guy.
They're nothing more than slaves.
Diversity
is me.
Trust me.
You're half human, so you're also.
Trust me.
Oh, wait,
I have.
It's because you're half elf.
I have enslaved my fair number of humans in my time, not for purposes that you would probably find wholesome, but nonetheless, I know a guy. He's crazy. He's the kind of guy that we need to destroy squatters. He would enslave them. You'd like him a lot, Elifra. Trust me. Have I ever led you astray in this episode so far?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You haven't.
That's
I'm
right.
still sad that those last 2 arrows didn't hit. Then I wouldn't have had to listen to this.
Well, those were your arrows.
What? I missed the lights.
Fine. Alright, so let's go and recruit some people. Maybe I know a guy.
And your mind is, you jog your mind that you left both a dragonborn and a rooted Sebastian at your other piece of property at the Galleria.
Wait a minute. I might have a couple of... That definitely rings a bell. There was definitely a dragonborn. Name I don't remember, but yes, I think if we go back to the tavern, my tavern, I own a fair bit of property around here.
Oh, that rat-infested piece of shit.
That's the one, yes. That one. We should probably find him there. He might be, it depends. Sebastian may have literally killed himself at this point, but hopefully not. Let's go there. Onwards!
Was he stuck or something?
Oh, it's a long story. I don't remember half of it, to be honest.
So as you guys travel back, Finbar makes up half of a story of how it actually happened. And you guys make it back pretty easily. At this point, you know your way back to, the tavern. Home base, the Tavern of Doom. And you roll in and you can hear from the outside this rustle of Gylith trying to help Sebastian free of his rooted feet. Now, Treepelt and Karusha, I want you guys to go and tell me what it is you're actually doing in the food court district of the Galleria of Grunrundi. Because you're here watching the other two kind of wander up on this tavern, and you've been eyeballing and listening into what's been happening on the inside of this rundown tavern, which sounds peculiar. So Treepelt, why don't you tell us why you got here?
I wandered in here searching for food. I figured I'd pick off the humans, but they're not letting me do that.
Awesome. Well, you come to the right place, and nonetheless, you come all the way to the end of the food court district, so you know it is the only place to get your pickings. Awesome. And Karusha, how did you get here? What are you up to?
I like to eat. Lots of food.
Nice. All right. Also in the right place. So actually, across the street is one of the most famous food carts in all of the Galleria. It sells octopus like suckers by the just bucketfuls.
Just give me all these softballs, Joseph. What is that?
I'm just gonna drop it. You were, kind of walking up to get yours, and you notice Tree Pelt to your left, kind of eyeballing you as you purchase Karusha.
It is mine. Get your own. Back off.
Is that human flavored?
Maybe.
Then I will take it from you.
It's like sea human.
If it's his human flavored, I will take it from you. Thank you.
I will hit you in the face.
It's okay. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna try and take it from him.
Oh, you want to make a dex to try to get it from him? Okay, roll me a dex to see if you can snatch it from him. If you would also like to make one, Karusha, you can make it against her, and we'll take the higher one.
Straight dex or saving throw?
For you, I would take saving throw. Oh, and she rolled in that one. No. Oh, you reach, but he is just too slick. Your mouth's watering so much you just missed it.
Haha.
Haha, he says. And as you guys are having this interaction,
I will eat it.
You see Finbar
Well played.
and
I clap. Well played.
Alethra walk up. Yeah, well played. And from the inside of the tavern, you hear these two men one man trying to free another man from something. And we hop over to Giles and Sebastian. What's happening on the inside of this?
All right, Sebastian, this may work. So I just need you to not move.
No.
Why not?
No. I like my feet.
The Giles way.
Well, I can fix this. I just need you to take like 10 steps back because I'm going to blow a big hole in the floor.
Wait, you could do this entire time?
Well, yes, I've been trying to tell you that, but no, you want to chop my feet off. I'm still attached to them, by the way.
Fine. I'll back up.
Okay. And I'll use Thunderstep to get myself out of this.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. Oh, hey, that's not working. Basically, Thunderstep is like Misty Step, except I leave a thunder shock in my wake.
So Gileth will need to make a dex, right? To get out of way of damage?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Gileth.
My Xantar's guide.
Yeah, I was about to say that one. Yeah, I'll have
thunder, not lightning by chance.
I'm pretty sure it's thunder, man.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah.
That's called Thunderstep.
Yeah, Thunderstep.
I'm immune to lightning, so I couldn't help but ask.
That's why I told you to take a few steps back.
So, roll me a dex to see if you save.
Wonderful. I just have a 0.
Oh, okay, it's an 11. It's not bad. I wouldn't say, I mean, I don't know. What is he? I guess you're not making an attack against him. So you managed to get out of the way, but just barely. It like gets your foot a little bit. It shocks you and like bangs you into the wall on the other side of the room. And the four of you that are standing on the outside of this rundown piece of shit tavern hear this giant thunder explosion come from the inside.
And it's fun, just like everyone just outside, just like quiet, then all of a sudden, that was awesome!
What?
Yeah. I can't hear you. So you guys, all of you, Treepelt, Karusha, Alethra, Finbar, all of you hear this giant kind of thunderous explosion. What little bit of glass is left in the windows, like shatters free or shakes free.
People keep jumping out of those. I say as we enter in with Alethra. Yeah, it's all Fergus's fault. People keep throwing themselves out of there. I step in. What's going on in here, Sebastian? J Dog.
I'll accept that one.
I know this guy. Where do I know this guy from?
Annoying dude, half elf, bard.
Hang on, that's what I do.
You just described
Name
most
is
bards
Simba.
there. You threw that woman out the window.
No, she threw herself. Oh, chap. She literally killed herself. It's all Fergus's fault.
Oh, so you're the one that threw that woman. She made a nice splat.
No, I didn't throw her. She threw herself. I watched her. That sounds bad as well.
Yeah, that's not helping you.
She didn't.
So basically, you instigated her suiciding.
And then you left me with this guy.
Hi.
Well, the difference there is, the thing is, I have a job for you all.
What?
That's right, I have a job for you. You see, I am the new proprietor of an underwear store here in the Galleria. And well, there are some wastrels, some vagabonds who are living amongst my panties. And that can... I don't have crabs. That's not a euphemism. I don't have crabs. There are some squatters.
Really? Have you actually had yourself checked then?
I do not have the fantasy herpes. That much is true so far. But I have had it in the past. Nasty touch. A couple of years
Well,
ago.
we can arrange that.
You want... No. That's...
You want to give him herpes?
Elifra, darling, I'm sure it would be amazing. It would be fantastic, but I'm not sure that you'll...
A couple of coins and I can surely persuade one of the victims to infect him.
Let's move on from that briefly.
Yes, please and thank you.
Yes, I need some people to clear out the squatters from my new establishment, and I thought immediately of my two most menacing compatriots from the past. Sebastian here, all-out psychopath at the best, at worst, he's an evil overlord in the making. And you, J-Dog, well, you are large, and also a dragonborn.
Is that it?
And you are also here, well, most importantly, to be honest, you are here right now. And that is one of your most endearing qualities to me, is your presence at this very hour. So I would love to, but the thing is, we need at least 2 more. I was thinking orc, probably another dragonborn, preferably with some fur on her. Oh, look!
You know, I've been stuck here for a couple of days.
Yes.
Isn't there like a sucker cart around here somewhere?
Could be.
Somebody go get me some suckers. Wow, I get the feeling that's exactly what Finbar said on the way here.
Yeah.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
you want
Free
to
time.
pay for that, I don't think you need to be in the food district, but in the entertainment or something.
Oh, I did hear about this great place that serves sushi along with some entertainment.
No.
Ooh.
I can go for some surf and turf.
Finbar starts having flashbacks.
He's got PTSD.
I
No.
have flashbacks too. What are you talking
I'll
about?
never have. That's where I know you, Julian. That's where I know you from.
It's the sushi.
Excellent.
Karusha and Treepelt, you can't help but overhear this conversation that's happening behind thin wooden walls with no windows. As he says, a fuzzy dragonborn and an orc. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop and I'm like, it's not that fucking bard now, is it? Because Treepelt has met Finbar before.
Oh, then you cannot deny the Finbar voice.
Yeah, last time they were together, Treepelt fucking bit him.
it's so long ago that I actually don't remember that. So
In actuality,
no, it's a Spinbar, but I
where
totally
does
believe
Finbar
it.
where did they not cross? Okay. So yeah, what do? You absolutely hear Finbar's voice.
I'm gonna go in there and fucking like stand over him and just like let acid slowly drool from my mouth as I'm standing over him.
Have I slept with you before? Are you one of my many wives?
You're gonna be my lunch.
What kind of lunch are we talking here? This a
Limbay's a bard.
You know me. We know each other. We have spent time together in the past. Were you there with the sushi? Is that you?
I'll make you sushi.
You would make... I am hungry.
No.
Oh. I see what you mean.
I think she means making you into sushi, which I'm actually pretty fond of. Good idea.
Jylith, you see this is standing in the doorway, this like foaming other dragonborn, but she's not scaly. Or like, yeah, she's furry.
There's like 10,000 questions going on at once, but Giles wants to ask, but it's just like all his reaction is so like no other words are coming out of his mouth right now as he's seeing this entire scene. Too much to process right now.
Jay, whatever your name is, close that mouth. You can go. You can just look at her ass all day long, Lace. So just focus on the task at hand.
I wasn't thinking about it, but thanks for the idea.
Good idea. Good. Top input right there. That's the most important thing you've said all this time, Olivia.
You shut up, half-elf.
My dear, where do we know each other from? My memory eludes me for your divine and furry large presence. I feel like I'd remember you if we had.
You should. Last time you left me, I was freaking in a boat somewhere.
Oh. Oh. Oh dear. Oh. Yes. You are from Limbo. You're Tree Pelt.
Yes.
You bit me, damn it.
You deserved it. You deserve everything bad that comes to you.
I probably do.
I like her. Can we keep her?
And as you Tree Pelt, as you kind of step into the space, Finbar, you see just on the other side of her the most perfect man orc ever.
Oh my god.
Eating he's just like the perfection image of what a man orc should be.
Ugh.
Eating octopus suckers by the handfuls.
Suck my orc. Hello.
Can we help you, my friend?
I am orc.
You are. You certainly are.
That's not my name.
Well, that's good to know. My name is Finbar, the Bard, and you are a man orc. What is your name?
I am Karosha.
Karasha. I like that name because I am looking to crush some people.
I like my name too.
Yes, specifically some squatters, and I'm looking to hire. You would be welcome amongst our brigade, along with my fine old companion / lover. Don't remember. Tree Pelt here.
We are not fucking lovers.
We're not fucking lovers, so we're just romantically involved.
You're celibate lovers.
Celibate,
I'm gonna
perhaps?
backhand.
Was this the time I was pretending to be a priest? Are you a nun? Guess not.
I guess. Oh man.
Been a long time. There was an incident where I was in the clergy. It was a whole thing. So, we're all agreed.
I am monk.
That's right. We're all agreed then. We are to travel to my panty wear store, and I tell you what, I'll throw in a deal for you all. Aside from the satisfaction of liberating the store of panty raiders, which in itself is its own reward, I will throw in exclusive access to any pairs of underwear that you should like, including, and I look over to Karusha, the dildos.
I like to fight. I do not like underwear.
He speaks my language.
Yes. So we're
I'm
agreed.
not looking for slaughter. I need a worthy opponent. But you didn't specify that the access to the panties had to be, for sale.
That's right, and I did that for a reason, Sebastian.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't
Maybe
take a
we can
good
work
eye.
Excellent. This will forward us on our quest, Alifra, to cure everyone of this plague, because the fantasy herpes, the space herpes, the spurpies, is we can counteract it with our underwear.
Right. I just want the cause of this herpes stuff, the green scales.
This will lead us only closer, I feel, and bring us closer together.
Oh God, no.
Who would want to be close with a filthy half-elf?
Who's not wearing pants?
Who's not wearing any underwear.
Yes, have we addressed that?
No.
I blacked out for a moment.
I am never going to address this.
Finbar long enough, I can easily understand. Giles just used to it.
It's best if I don't contextualize, I find.
All right.
So, it's this way.
I don't have shorts. I don't understand.
You do have pants, Finbar, at least for as long as I can.
They're
keep
in
myself.
the store.
Which is a bit.
If you want me to put clothes on, we'll have to go to the clothes store to put underwear on. It's simple logic. Let's go.
So Finbar starts walking straight to the fashion district because that's where you buy all of the most fashionable of, trousers.
Oh, I want to see my new shop, yeah.
Oh, you want to see the new shop? Yeah.
I'm trying to follow while averting my gaze.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like.
Oh, did you? Oh, you rolled. Oh, okay. What are you say it again? What you're bringing in for minor illusion?
Basically pants for Finbar.
Oh, you can't stand the sight of his bare ass walking from the food court district all the way to the fashion district. So you cast minor illusion. What do the pants that Finbar currently is being illusioned on his body look like?
Wait, please say
super tight black leather pants.
Just what I wear normally. It's just like my normal bed. Did you know that gnomes travel hundreds of miles to touch my ass?
Oh my god. You guys stroll into the fashion district. I was trying to say, well, the good news is the pants do cover Finbar bits. The bad news is it only lasts a minute.
Yeah.
So it is a momentary.
I walk it off, baby. Walk it off.
With a bounce in my step. And you guys make it to the entrance of the fashion district, which last time I checked, you were technically banned from. Well,
it's a technical ban.
It's a technical thing. Actually, I don't think anybody here is banned because you let the other.
Finbar
is. He is. That's right. You are.
I might be a little bit banned.
Yeah. So you walk up, and the first guide that you see, this kind of average height elf wearing a giant white mask with an ever-present smile looks at you and says, "Hi, welcome to the fashion district. I'm guide number 132. How can I help you today?"
Is that who we are fighting?
I'm having a weird flashback here. Why do I know that mask so well?
Yeah, you actually I'm gonna message you, Sebastian. Keep talking, people.
Because you're trying to put one on, dumbass.
No, I already have my own mask. I'm quite fond of it.
One of those masks you try to put on.
Could I walk up to this person and poke their face?
Yes, absolutely.
That's the tree built I know.
You just like walk over and poke it. And it's interesting because it's almost like the body of the elf tries to stop you from doing what you're about to do, but it can't. It's like it can't. The mask is in control of it in some way. You see it like take the poke to the head and says, "Hi, I'm guide number 132. Thanks for touching me today. How can I help you?"
That was so self-destruct sequence or something.
I look over to everybody else. Can I kill this? It's annoying.
No.
Don't bother me.
I'll do it a bit easier. She walks up to him and just yanks off the mask.
Oh, you're gonna pull off another mask? Okay, you have to make a dexterity.
Fucking hell.
Oh man. Okay, nope, it's not enough. It manages to pull away, but you can see the mask starting to like peel off the face as it pulls back and it says, "I see what you did there. Is there anything I can help you with today?"
And I am just keep looking behind me. Like, who is that?
Yeah, it's you start to hear, you kind of hear it in your ears, and it whispers to you, it calls to you to return. It says, "Returnal. Returnal."
Guys, hey, thanks for the job offer. I got somewhere I gotta be. I'm sure of it. Just
wait.
We have a job to do, bud.
Where is Bear they keep talking about?
The guide pops up and says, as if like you guys have been standing around. She says, there are other people I need to guide today. Are you looking for something specific?
Where can I skin humans?
If you would like to find the skin of humans, you can do so at the tailor shop inside of the Maker's District or in the black market.
I'm afraid I'm circumcised, Treebelt.
Oh, for God's sake.
Why does everyone want to cut my stuff off today?
Because you're just a filthy slave.
Alifra's right.
Watch it. Okay. Hey.
We're all filthy slaves. Slaves to love and friendship. Isn't that right, Treebelt?
I do what this tells me to do, but that's about it.
All right, put that thing down, what I told you. We all signed a paper. We can't have that out. Maybe later, but not now.
So on your letter, Finbar, is the number of the suite that your mother has bought for you.
I show...
Inside the fashion district.
Okay, so it has the address, right?
Basically.
Yeah. Follow the yellow brick road. This is where I'm going, and I show it to the guide. Do you know where that is?
Oh, yes, of course. That's the empty suite where the squatters live.
Not for much longer, my dear. Would you mind taking me there ever so much?
Why, of course. That's my job.
I had a feeling it was.
And the guide, like, pep in her step, just starts, like, walking. Make sure you guys are, like, following behind. And she, like, leads you through. And as she does so, she kind of talks. She's like, the fashion district was one of the first districts here in the Galleria. And it's kind of giving you the, like, here on your left, you'll find the, shirt store. And here on your right, you'll find the best pants in all of Galleria. And she finally...
Hold on. We're going to go get some pants. I'm like, Finbar, pick out some pants. I will buy them myself.
Oh, are you in need of a pair of pants, sir?
No, he's in need of a pair of pants.
Can't say
I need to know where home is.
Finbar needs something to cover them.
I'm like, go get yourself some culottes or something.
Some of the people here are intimidated by my raw sexuality. Is there a place I could garner myself some leggings, perhaps?
Yes, she the guide stops kind of right near this pants store, and she says, well, my goodness, as if she just noticed that you're bare-legged, and she says, please let me escort you inside. This is the perfect store for you. And she drops you kind of at the door, and another woman walks up, this other nice highborn male elf in a very, very tight pair of pants that show everything. And he says, yes, sir, I see that you are in need of a pair of pants.
Indeed I am. Also, there's a wild magic search from Isriver to Sebastian here, which is D10,000.
All right.
Roll it up. And
roll up. I'm looking for a pair of leggings, but not any pair of leggings. I'm specifically looking for a brand of jeggings, if possible.
Well, here in the fashion district, we only carry the finest of jeggings.
I'm most certain of that. I'm looking for the apple-bottom jeans.
Oh, we also carry boots with fur.
That would be perfect.
And he says, please, sir, I know the exact section for you. And he leads you over, all of you together into this, like, section of the store. It has these kind of strange cotton pants and lots of different colors, some of them with, like, painted on pockets and things of the sort, the fantasy sort. And next to it are a wall full of fur boots. And at the bottom, you'll notice of every pair of jeggings is a emblem of an apple that has been sewn into it, embroidered into it, as if it was branded as such.
Perfect.
Look.
So they're made by Apple.
Hey, look, I recently heard that there was a new branch of clothing launched based on sloths.
Oh, yes, of course. Those aren't in stores yet, as they are very fresh off the runway. But, they are coming in the fall line. You can pre-order if you'd like.
You can pre-order.
We definitely need
them in the future.
I'd love to.
Yeah, he kind of looks around and looks right at this orc, and he says, but I don't know that they come in your size.
I don't like clothes.
I see that. He says, as you can tell, this elf is kind of like shadowed in your size in the store, kind of like looks you up and down as if you are in the wrong place. And he pulls a few things off and hands them off to Finbar and like ushers you into a dressing room.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of Wild Magic Surge in here. Isriva's Surge for Sebastian, 1770. Caster thinks that his head is an extraneous vestigial appendage. Good.
That actually is so appropriate.
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Mine, from Crimson Phoenix here, rolled a 1 on that d6. I think that I am water soluble. Good. I must never touch any water, for this beauty will fade away. It's very bad for your skin. Very bad for your skin.
Oh, really? He basically does a mess of
bad for your pores.
slope of water around him.
And the gentleman comes up to you and like taps on your dressing room door as you begin to think you're water soluble and says, "Did you find what you're looking for?"
Why, yes, I believe I have. I'll take 1 apple-bottom jean and 1 boots with the fur. Yes.
He says, "Fantastic choice, sir." And you walk out looking like you're wearing a pair of jeggings, basically. I'll let you choose your color and whether or not your pockets are painted on. And
Absolutely they are.
like he checks you out and ushers you on as if he's probably got some other customers. And you guys are back in the hustle bustle. And as soon as your feet cross the threshold, you hear that god awful voice. "Did you find what you were looking for?"
Mute.
I did indeed.
Can someone rip off that mask?
I really could use an extra mask. I want people to think this is like a head. It'll confuse them in combat. So if I could get a mask for this to make it look like it's a head.
Does mute not work?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I want to get I want to get a mask for this thing growing that so it'll look like a head.
Okay, so the mask, and what did you say?
Mute.
Oh. Okay. So all of you managed to be ushered through the crowd of people. You see a few mask stores, actually, Sebastian. Pretty simple. If you wanted to slide a hand on them, you could. If you wanted to buy them, you could. But you aren't too far, actually, from Finbar's shop. And she brings you to the front, and honestly, it's a bit underwhelming in comparison. It looks a bit run down. There are no, the windows are all stained, so none of them are broken out, but the door is kind of missing. It's like hanging on a hinge. But it could be, with some fixer-up, a pretty sweet underwear store. Super high fashion. It's actually the like wooden framing, but it's all filled in with this like nice brick and marble, as if somebody had once used it as a store and it may have gone under or something and has been left. The windows are completely dusted up. You can't see what's on the inside, and it is super dark.
It's perfect. Look at it.
This looks like dump. You should sell and move somewhere else.
I wish that I could. But no, I own many properties around the Great Galleria, and this is only my latest acquisition. It might be a little rough around the edges, but then who doesn't like it a little bit rough, am I right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we could definitely tell from your tavern that you like it rough.
Indeed. And preferably filled with rats. Now,
I scattered a few of those.
That was you, yes. That's how I know you. Let's, I tell you what, let's do your job. Bust on in there. Scatter any wastrels, kill anyone that we don't like, enslave anyone whom you wish to enslave. By all means, I have zero stake in their lives, and none of my friends are here to see this. So, do what you will in there, or save their lives. I don't care. Eat them, Treepolt. As many as you want.
How big is the store? Like 20 by 20? What?
So from the exterior, you're looking at almost like a 15-foot wide storefront before it touches like the next shops like next to it. But it does look like it is possibly 2-story.
How deep?
You're not inside yet. You can't. You have full dark vision, don't you?
Yep, I have 120 feet.
So yeah, you can tell that it's much deeper than it is wide. You're looking at almost 30 feet to 40 feet deep, but only about 15 foot wide.
Okay.
And the store, you can easily see, is full of like old mannequins that are still standing.
That's not creepy. Now, listen, my mother, Mumbar, gave this store to me, so try not to burn anything inside if possible.
I won't burn anything. Come on, go inside.
That was
Trigger
sort of my
whatever
first
is
one,
in
yeah.
there.
I suggest you all go first.
No, you go. I insist. It's your story. You need to do the maiden stuff in there.
I
I'm
will go
gonna push
inside.
Finbar in.
Treebelt leads the way with Finbar as her shield, and you guys...
I knew we were close.
You guys kind of waddle in the front door. There's probably 10 or 12 mannequins lying about. Who here has dark vision?
Can't wait to get me inside.
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah, pretty much everyone.
Okay.
The Dragonborn.
Not you. Okay, so you walk in and it's just dark. And you like bump into like a wooden mannequin who like you hear like rocks a little bit.
So I'm at
in
a,
the silence. Yeah, and everybody else roll me a perception.
Okay. By the way, just noting beforehand, Elithra is standing just outside.
Okay, you want to be just outside the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh
My God, you guys!
Oh,
Okay, that's cool. There are mannequins in this store.
good.
I don't think your squatter problem is as bad as you implied. I just tip one over.
It
Can I
makes
get
a
paid?
like yeah, I was about to say it makes a giant sound as it kind of breaks apart. This wooden mannequin like cracks and breaks as it hits the floor.
Doesn't seem
Yeah,
so
you're
bad.
gonna need a new one of those.
I plan only on modeling on live specimens,
Okay.
including the grandma line, but we may have to restock on those occasionally. Let's see.
I have questions. I don't want answers.
Why don't
Don't ask.
me and I don't know, Treatbelt and Elithra, perhaps we should go upstairs and check if there are any rooms, beds, and underwear in there.
Oh no, I'll keep watch outside. No issues. Just go on upstairs alone or something.
Playing hard to
I'll
get.
go with Finbar, so if I get the chance, I could skin him alive.
Okay. Okay.
I think I better protect my investment. I'll go too.
All right, so
I
you guys
pay a
all
lot of money for that.
You guys start walking. So tell me exactly who's staying near the door and who's going upstairs. So I've got Treepelt, Finbar,
Yep.
Gyleth, and Sebastian. Are you, and I know you're staying outside. What are you going to do, Crucia?
I'll go upstairs. I'm
You want to
looking
go
for a
upstairs
fight.
too? Oh, yeah, you know about it.
Understand that.
So you guys begin kind of like feeling your way, if you have to, through the dark. The rest of you are, it's pretty easy to see. There's a very small back room, and then there is a flight of stairs up. But is anybody moving silently?
No, I don't think so.
No, I didn't think so.
I don't stop talking along the way.
Yeah. So as you guys are walking
A
through,
resplendent
kind of
offering.
bumping into things, 4 of the mannequins actually shape change out into 4 succubi. And you guys are now in combat. So everybody roll initiative.
Oh boy, and as that happens, I get hit by 4 wild magic surges from Crimson Phoenix. God damn it, Brian!
Perfect timing.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Alright, I'll roll my
19.
initiative first.
Oh my god.
Then I'll roll my
Well,
D10Ks.
Well, at least one of our tanks is gonna. Okay, yeah, roll those. I'll grab initiative while you look those up.
All right,
We'll give us,
so-
like 2 shakes and let him sail.
3662. Water feels like acid to me, but doesn't actually harm me. I can't trust water, it'll make me dissolve. Like I told you. Like I told you. One of my arms becomes as limber as a snake. Don't mind these wandering hands over here.
Your arm like goes to sleep on you.
It's like it snakes around.
You've been laying on it too hard.
I call this my snake arm. Amazing. 5861, my third one. I have been targeted for sacrifice by some monstrous cult. God damn it! Because I'm so handsome, probably. I want my
We'll
flesh.
just make that a thing now.
And then my last one, 6218. I am stung by a bee as large as an ox. But maybe that will sort of put my arm to sleep.
So on top of the 4 harpies, there, out of nowhere, this bee just like.
Harpy?
I'm sorry, succubi. This bee just like pops, appears, and like stings Finbar in the arm, leaving it limp and jelly-like as it disappears from sight.
Oh my god. Oh, my arm is so flexible. The things I could do. The things I could do with this arm.
Oh,
I'm
right.
taking out my decanter of water. Is anybody thirsty?
No, touch me with that. That will kill me. Would literally dissolve me.
Okay, there's my initiative roll, which was only a 10. All right, so right now, let me just make sure I got everybody. It's going to be, okay, then it's going to be this, okay, Succubi, and then it will be Tree Pelt, and it will be Sebastian.
I gotta grab another drink. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Okay, so our order is Karusha, Alithra, I'm going to get it, Finbar, Alithra, I did have it right. Okay, good, Alithra. Succubi, Tree Pelt, and Sebastian. Was like my gut feeling. All right, cool. So that's our order. I'm gonna just roll all 4 of the Succubi at once for the sake of moving this giant combat forward. So the room is rectangular. There are left standing about 7 or 8 of these mannequins. The room is dark except for the small amount of dim light coming in from the door, which I know that you're still standing at, Alithra. Yeah, and so we will move right into it. So there are 4 succubi. They're kind of grouped right now in the center of the room as if maybe they had been sleeping. So what would you like to do, Grand Orc? Start slashing and gashing.
Good, this is what I wanted. I will move over to one of them.
Cool.
I will enter badass mode.
Do it.
And then I will punch him.
Ooh, barehanded. What did it roll? Oh, good. Okay, 16. That hits.
A kind gesture.
Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah. How? Tell us how you roll that 11, or how you manage that 11 damage. You just gonna punch it in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I am very smart.
Straight up.
Yeah. Brilliant. All right. Well, it takes that 11 points of damage, pretty hard to the face, actually. These really beautiful women, scantily clad women, in fact. She kind of, you take it to the face. She spits a little bit with a little bit of blood as she kind of and screams out with her giant wings rising. And we move right on to Alithra.
Yeah, everyone is gonna need to do a DC 16 dex save, I think.
That we can do that. Everybody roll a DC 16.
Everyone. Inside the room, everyone, because the whole room is covered. 20 feet radius.
Another one? Andy, that's ridiculous.
I have not rolled.
I am not paying attention.
I'm rolling
Very beautiful women.
session.
It's all that whispering in your ears.
These women are very beautiful. Hello.
So only Tree Pelt, except for, of course, hang on, our the succubi roll. You said it was a dex.
Yep.
Nope. They all fail. Everybody but Tree Pelt fails your whatever we needed to roll.
Yeah,
4, whatever we
I should have included that so that you could read it. But,
That's okay.
Yeah. Basically, let's see, 24 radius sphere of blackness and better cold appears. Everything inside takes 2d6 cold damage. Let's see, it's difficult terrain. And any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed a dexterity save DC 16 or take 2d6 acid damage. So you take the cold damage. If you save, you don't take acid.
So everybody will take cold damage. So roll the 2d6 for cold.
That's already done. It's 7 cold damage.
Okay, so everybody takes 7 cold damage. Oh my god.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Oh.
Right. Okay, so yeah, everybody's like, you get cold, and then everybody but Tree Pelt will take the acid damage. So
ice is cold water.
Ironically, it wouldn't have counted even if I failed because my dragon is immune to the acid because she breathes the acid.
She's like dragon. Yep. Okay.
She's that kind of dragonborn.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Very cool.
So you don't need to. Then she doesn't need to make dex saves.
Nope. So everybody's already failed the dex save, so you just need to roll the acid damage.
Which is 10.
10.
Oh, it was full 10? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we all take 10 more points of damage. Wow. That just like
Every turn.
Wonderful.
Every time they fail.
Yeah, those
Lots of
succubi
turns.
are so unhappy. Anything you want to say as they all scream out in pain?
You know, you maybe whatever. Fiends, devils, demons, I forgot. It's whatever, but get tied up in there. I don't care. I'll just sit outside, waiting for you guys to die.
Wow. It's cold.
Awesome.
It's cold shit. Yeah.
It's cold.
And it is actually now, speaking of cold and water, Finbar's turn.
No. All right. So I just rolled another fucking 4 wild magic surges or so from Charis and Israel here. So
Jesus.
I am suddenly wearing a skin-tight suit of chainmail. Dope. My AC goes up. Skin-tight, like a like a cat suit.
Wow.
Brother.
Kind gesture.
Oh, I get a nat 20 lift from Crimson Phoenix. Thank you, my friend. When
Nice.
I next draw blood, thunder rumbles in the distance. It could be an omen. And then, this one's my favorite. Nearest government switches to a manure-based economic system. Which is amazing
Done!
for this guy.
It is now canon. All of your gold is worthless.
Everything is
Imagine the guides now. Just hi. We are switching over to a new system.
purely manure-based.
So,
Information.
Amazing.
That's the best wild magic surge that's ever happened ever. Okay.
Amazing. And then my last one, any nearby undead attack me exclusively for 1d10 rounds. There's no undead nearby, but there are succubi.
Yeah. There are succubi.
That can work. That can
That
attack.
it could work. It could work.
quick question. Would it work? Because I technically think I'm raised.
You technically think you're undead, but you're not actual undead. I feel like this one's
Okay.
actual undead.
Okay. That makes him a little bit safer.
Yeah. Okay, so Finbar,
Well,
like
shit.
before your eyes, his apple-bottom jeans transform into this skin-tight suit of chainmail. Somewhere in the distance, you get the faint whiff of manure as it crosses your nose. And Finbar, it
What
is
have I
your
done?
turn to attack.
Okay.
This has already gotten out of hand.
Well, fuck you all! And I cast Thunder Wave. Which is, let's see, Constitution based?
Yeah, it's all con.
Yeah. Thunder Wave is 15-foot cube originating from me. How many people do I hit? How many people do I hit now? Most people.
I would say most people. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you probably stepped in, so you definitely
Okay.
hit the 4 of them.
Okay.
Has anybody stepped in to take? The only person that stepped in to take hand to hand was our orc.
Yeah.
So I would say, Jylith, have you stepped in yet? Actually, into combat?
No.
No, I don't think you've gone
I
yet. Yeah,
rolled
so
a
it's
5. It's gonna get a while to me.
That'll
no,
save
it's
you.
good. It's only okay. It's only our orc then that needs to roll.
All right.
Along with harpies. Yep.
If they've got herpes.
Yeah. Not harpies. They're succubi. Damn it. It's all those herpes talk you guys
I
have put in
know,
my
yeah.
ears.
Let's...
And you said it was a con.
Let me see what DC is for you. It's DC 16.
Guess who makes it?
Ah.
Oh,
sorry.
it's okay. I was gonna use a 20 in this.
It's 11 thunder damage. And if they failed, then Karusha is pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but the succubi kind of stay in flight in
They
this
take
space.
half. They take half. So they take 5.
Oh, they take half of it. So they
Yeah.
so they kind of squeal, but they are not quite as affected.
Everything hurts.
They're just trying to take a nap.
Yep.
Guys like walked in on their business. Okay,
Cool.
and guess whose turn it is? Finbar is like right in their space. So the succubi, the first one that is mostly damaged. That's the one that took the face punch from Karusha. Is going to reach out and claw your face, Finbar. Your beautiful, beautiful Finbar face.
Don't my beautiful face.
Yeah, it's gonna do it. So let's see how it does. It claws itself in the face.
Wrong face.
It's just like misses. It's so angsty. It was the smell of manure. It couldn't handle it.
Can't handle this.
It couldn't deal. And then the second one's going to lean into you and try to grab you for a draining kiss. So I'll let you make
I step into it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I can't help myself. Yeah, and it's gonna land that fiend kiss. And you said you're a willing creature. Let's make it happen. Actually, better yet, I'm just gonna make a.
I am willing. If you are.
Yeah.
Step
Yeah,
in.
she reaches down and says, "Aren't you cute?" And pulls you in
Creepy
closer.
voice. Oh
Yes,
God,
sorry.
no.
Yeah, stranger danger.
Oh.
You have to make a DC 15 Constitution save.
Not making. Oh man, con so bad. 18. Boo.
Oh, damn. Okay, never mind.
Consent.
So it's just enough consent for her to actually land the kiss, but and you feel her start to like drain it from you, like this energy rushes into your head, but you can't decide if you enjoy it or not, and then she lets you go and seems really displeased that she did not hurt you. The two other ones are going to reach out for, one of them's going to reach out for the orc, and also attempt to claw him in the face. So let's see. Oh, that's a 5. 16 to hit?
16 against Finbar is...
No, against Karusha.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah, that's my AC.
So much better.
It does hit, all right. So she's going to do some slashing damage. Not too bad. 5 points. She kind of reaches out and she catches you right across the face. It kind of hits your chest a little bit, but doesn't
It's
rip
half
into.
for 2.
Oh, there you go, for 2. So you take that gingerly as she again is like, why isn't this working?
I like it.
I like it. And then the fourth one is going to turn to Finbar once again and try to charm him. You have to succeed on a 15 wisdom save there.
Wisdom. 12.
Oh. That's so great because you are so enamored with this woman. You're now charmed by her, this succubi, and she looks at you and she says, "Get rid of them!" As she commands you to attack them your next turn.
Good idea. Yes, I will. I'll kill them.
Tripelt, it is now your turn. How would you like to proceed?
I feel like she was just leaning on the wall watching this the whole time. I like watching Finbar get beat the shit out of.
Yeah,
she's into it. At least someone's into this.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. So, what would you like to do?
So, where are they?
So they're kind of grouped in the center of the room, the 4 of them. I don't have a map or anything up, so it's kind of theater of the mind. So you can step in. There's one that is clearly more injured than the rest of them.
By the way, the one that charmed Finbar needs to make a Constitution saving throw for the concentration.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna use a nat 20 on it.
God damn it, Brian.
Because I got one. Woo, there's a roll. So rolling. Oh.
I'm doing something for a donation here from Crimson Phoenix. Boss fight. Fire bursts from the ground as a human male comes through the frames, cloaked in red and fire over his body. The red crystal on his staff grows. He's level 10 Phoenix sorcerer. He's attacking us, and he's giving Urban Lady a wild magic surge as well. He's the cult.
God.
He's from the cult that wants to kill me. I got that.
Great. I need some stats on this dude.
1,753.
Probably Archmage. 4,
Yeah,
7.
that's what I'll pull up.
5, 3. Gets next weapon to wound you turns to stone. The sword into stone.
Oh.
Oh.
But we'll do that with a claw.
All right.
Her claws turn to stone. She becomes a gargoyle.
Wow, this just got intense.
Like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
That's the bad touch right there.
Okay. That's the bad touch. My goodness. All right, so we think crazy stuff has happened. The floor has opened up. The 4 succubi have had to take flight since the floor is now like scorched. We've been inside your shop like a whole of 2 minutes?
Stop blowing up my shop!
You're in your brand new shop from Mom Bar for like 2 minutes. And yeah, this archmage like comes into literally into frame, into flame, into being from this just rich, hot flame. Those of you that are inside, you kind of have to shield your eyes for how warm it is. The succubi kind of spread to the four corners of the room as it happens. It is still Tree Pelt's turn, and I'm gonna drop him this archmage end at the bottom.
Wait, so they're in the corners of the room now? Is any of them closer to me now?
Yes, they would be. One of them in particular is closer to you.
I'm gonna like casually go and try to stab it.
Just like walking like,
Like, oh, you're over here now.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
roll
that was
that attack.
convenient.
Yep, roll that attack for me.
Also,
Awesome. Yes. Go ahead.
Tree takes 7 cold damage.
Because she stepped in.
As long as you are in that sphere, on the start of your turn, you take 2d6 cold damage, and at the end, 2d6 acid.
Oh, okay. So she's immune to acid, so we can just bypass the acid for her.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll
Which
that
is
one
the-
for me. So so her attack misses, but it is her turn. So roll that damage. Or what did we say it was? Or she rolls the damage. It doesn't matter to me. Somebody roll the damage.
There we go. It's
44.
3 cold damage.
3 points. So she
So
takes
that-
3. Yeah, 3
Yeah,
cold damage.
for everyone that turn. So
Okay. So for everybody that round, you take your 3 points of cold damage. I love how you guys are hurting one another worse. They haven't even gotten like a real hit off yet. You guys have done more damage to one another.
Sounds like last time I played.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And
Some things
we
never
move-
change.
Yeah. Is there any additional action? Obviously, you've taken your attack action, which didn't hit. But would you like to move, Tree Pelt?
Can I move out of this cold?
How wide is it, Elithra?
it's a 20-foot radius, and she centered it on the middle of the room. So basically, the whole shop is covered.
Yeah, so there it's not quite as wide. So the width of the space is covered, but deep. Like you could go deeper into the space and be out of the range of it.
Yeah, basically, it's just the tiny corners that are not.
Yeah. So you can go
Fair.
hug a corner basically and
Well,
stay out
I'm
of
just
it.
gonna move to a corner and just kind of lean there and just watch this shit happen.
Okay, cool. So you've just made it out of the range of it. Like you can even feel the barrier of cold right in front of your face. And we move on to Sebastian. How you feeling, Sebastian?
I have had better days.
Oh, you're right. We did skip you. I'm so sorry. Jyleth, I apologize.
That's fine. So Giles is of course sees like this person being summoned and is just like the bigger threat. So he's gonna take out the Tiny's maul and charge in and towards them. And
Oh, you're gonna charge in on him, so he'll also take that cold.
He
so
wants
we'll
to
roll him.
sacrifice me to a cult. Kill him.
Yeah.
So cold and the acid for him. You'll want to make. Does he get to roll every time against it?
Every time, yes.
Every time.
against the asset. So for this round, it's 6. There's the asset. 8
Okay.
asset damage this round.
So, but you can roll against it for Constitution there, Jyleth, to not have to take it.
All right.
Dexterity,
Con is 13.
not Constitution.
Not Constitution, Dex.
Not con?
Dex.
Not Con,
Oh,
Dex.
that's worse.
It's okay. I'll let you re-roll it.
A 1!
Oh! Oh no! We'll take the first roll at a 7 because I'm a kind DM. So you take that 8 acid. You've already taken the cold. And it's your attack if you'd like.
All right, I'm gonna go 2 attacks with Tiny's maul in hand.
Tiny maul.
Yeah, the Cyclops.
Tiny's maul. Yeah, it's huge.
All right, first attack.
Whoa! Crit damage. Okay, cool. Yes.
I knew there was a reason I brought you along.
That's a lot of damage.
That's why
Well-
you're here. Yes.
That's why Finbar hired you.
Hired the right man. For the job.
You hear the succubus look at you and go, "Hush, slave."
Yes, my
At
love.
Finbar.
Yes.
All right.
I'll shut up.
What do we do for the gnat here?
So roll the damage. You basically double roll all your dice for damage.
All right, so So
Wow.
that's a 21 with the first strike, then double that, I guess.
Yeah, so basically just roll the same thing again.
All right.
Oh
All right,
my
21 plus
god.
15.
30. Okay, one of them, the one that was already injured, you hit and you take it down in a single swipe. How do you do it?
I imagine it's just like him just charging and like almost like golf swing like with tiny small.
It hits her head and it goes flying against the back wall. Like you knock her head off her body.
Wow.
Oh, it just goes flying. The body like spurts blood and like falls to the ground and kind of flops around like I imagine a bat would. All right, you get another attack.
All right, so go for the next one nearest me.
Yeah.
And Sugity strike. 13.
Not a hit. So great on the second one, not so much on, or the first one, but not the second one. And she kind of like just misses you as you come down. And it is Sebastian's turn. How you doing, Sebastian?
Get him, brother!
I am having a terrible day, let's be honest. But we just saw this man appear in literal wave of fire. I think he's the best target. So I'm taking out my
A
sword.
worthy foe, Sebastian. Get him.
And I'm attacking that guy.
All right,
The
let's do it.
19.
With a 19, I believe a 19 actually does hit. Holy cow. Correct.
I got my mask. I
Yep.
put my mask on, then I attack.
Yes, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, you hit. Out question.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take those 9 points there.
Yes.
All right, and he does so. Oh man. All right, cool. He notices you and looks at you and recognizes that you too, sir, are a worthy opponent. All right, and we're moving on. Speaking of Archmage, guess whose turn it is? And he looks right at you, and he's going to, let's see what I'm gonna do. I've got so many new spells. This was so unplanned. Oh my god. He reaches out and
And power word kill.
ooh, yeah, right. He reaches out
Oh,
and
God.
grabs you reaches for you and lays a hand on your shoulder and casts Shocking Grasp on you.
Can I use counter spell for that?
If you got one.
Yes, I do.
Oh my god.
It would be at level 3, I think.
Yeah, always.
It's just a cantrip, so it's like
Yeah.
boom.
You attempt to interrupt. Yeah. If the creature casting spell, so level has no effect. Okay.
So it's just a very awkward. He just places his hand on there, but nothing's happening.
But nothing happens, and he's like,
Oh.
Sorry, only the beautiful ladies get to touch me.
He casts a spell.
And me.
Okay.
He's-
Yeah. Only the beautiful. He just goes, He says, you incredulous fool. I am not here for you.
I am
Out of
not
my way.
incredulous.
He is a fool.
By the way,
He admits
What
that.
does
much.
that mean?
Archmage needs to make a dex save.
All right. All right. Oh man. How are you, Archmage? He's regretting that he was the one sent on this journey. Like hardcore regretting it.
Like, oh,
He's like, damn it, why couldn't it have been Fred? Why did it have to be me?
I always get these jobs. They suck so much. Ah!
Yeah, he's like, damn it.
Oh,
I
it's
always
me.
pull the short straw. How much damage is the Archmage
8.
taking?
8 acid and 3 cold.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. He also is like, God, and the weather fucking sucks. As he angrily like curses
I
his
hate
current
travel.
situation.
Ugh.
yeah, right. I just wanted to stay home. All right, and we move right along back to the top, and the orc gets your turn. It's your turn, Krusha.
Which one's closest?
To you at this point, it's going to probably be one of them in the corner. That you kind of got pushed back, and they kind of got pushed out as well when the fire came through. So I'm calling him number 2. Number 2, Succubi, is closest.
Okay, I'll move to whatever's closest and punch him.
I love that you're punching him in the face. Yeah, roll that attack. It's so funny. Just right in the face. Yeah, that's a hit, man.
Okay.
That is a solid hit. Yeah. 11 whoop ass. I like it.
And I can flurry.
Oh yeah, flurry away.
Do I just roll both attacks or one at a time or?
I usually roll them separately. So you rolled one, you can roll another.
What do you...
Boop, boop. Boo! Hit. Damn. Another 11 points of whoop ass. You.
Very effective.
Yeah, your whoop ass is super effective. You like, I don't know why, I just picture like slow motion, like across this woman's face. Her like what makeup she has like runs. She's now like crying a little bit, and you have just like broken this succubus's jaw as it like hangs from her face. She wails out in pain.
I get a third attack because that's flurry is.
Oh, that's right. That's 2. Yeah, so you do. You get your third attack. Third, technically, second attack.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it is a hit. Jesus. Yes, you're gonna smash her face in.
Get it, girl.
Oh my god, 10 more whoop ass. You actually have hurt her so bad with your bare hands that she no longer is like able to fly. She kind of like falls to the ground. You hear her go, oof, and her jaw hangs loose. As you hit it one more time, and she's like, blood's pouring from her face onto the ground as she's like on all fours trying to catch her breath. Cool. Alethera, what would you like to do?
She sees the mage and is like, okay, you gotta drop.
Oh, mage, yes, hit.
25 damage.
25 damage to the archmage. He's also super pissy about that. He does not like that and now has his eye on you and he goes, just stop attacking me! I'm here for him! And points to Finbar. He yells out.
Don't know what he says.
Okay, I'll just go stand outside of view. And she just walks to the corner and just stands outside of view.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
Hey, no kill stealing. This one's mine.
Yeah, Finbar?
You make a very good point, Sebastian. Oh, I'm still charmed, right? Am I still charmed?
Oh, you are still charmed. Yeah, she said, get rid of them.
Hello, time for a taste of your own medicine.
If you want to get to her, you need to get through difficult terrain.
That's true.
I do have spells. I could do a spell.
Hey, spells.
I could do a spell while charmed.
I could do a spell. Hang on a minute.
Also, you take 3 cold damage.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
This is not Finbar's day.
Having a bad day.
This is the worst day.
All right. Alethra, you traitorous cow. Alethra, roll a Constitution saving throw, DC 16. PvP, let's go. All right.
Nice.
In that case, are you made from organic material? No reason. You take 12 points of thunder damage as Finbar casts Shatter. Boom! Drop the mic. Nah.
The difficult terrain is gone. Sphere is gone.
Oh, he couldn't do it. Okay. So all of the cold that were the concentration spell that was centered in the middle of the room dissipates as you take the damage.
I look to my succubi. I got you, boo.
She says, "Good slave, good."
Creepy voice.
I don't know why she's creepy as fuck.
Creepy voice.
But she is. She says, "Now kill another one."
Sure. Do I get a save in my turn or anything to break it?
Yeah, I think you do actually. Actually, no. You are currently charmed for the whole day.
Oh shit! What up?
Until she's dead.
All right then.
Yeah, you totally are.
Just so you know, guys, I'm evil for a bit.
It's these underwear. They're too tight. Oh wait, I'm not wearing any underwear.
Oh.
No.
That's my problem.
Okay, speaking of the succubi, it's her turn. She, the one that has you charmed, turns and looks directly at who is closest. I guess in this current state would be Karusha, who's beating the shit out of her sister by his hands. So she kind of steps over to you and is going to Oh my gosh. So many things. Yeah, she's going to claw you again and try to give you a nice solid rake across the chest. 10 to hit? Probably not. No. Karusha, does that hit you? A 10?
No.
Okay. All right, cool. And she misses. And curses. Curse! She says out loud. Moves on to the next one, who is still in flight. She too will come over to try to help her sister and is going to make another attack on Karusha. Nope, that's not what I want at all. There we go. 14 to hit?
No.
No! Miss! You were just dodging them like a champ. And last but certainly not least is the one you were pounding on. She manages to look up at you, jaw loose, blood just like pouring from her face. And she's gonna use what energy she has left to try to swipe at your leg with another claw attack.
You're no longer very attractive.
God damn it, Brian!
She goes, "Bleh," and like sticks her tongue out and blood just like pours from her face as she like tries to swipe your leg. That's so mean. Oh man. Dirty 20 to hit. Does that one hit? Oh, you shouldn't have insulted her. What is that? Oh, she really doesn't. She's sharpen her claws a little bit. So 6 points of slashing damage across like the fat part of your calf as she rakes it with her nails.
Which would be half for 3.
Mm-hmm. And cool. And we move right along. Tree Pelt. What are you doing?
Got a quick donation to read out here just before we go to Tree Pelt's turn. From Crimson Phoenix, goddammit, Brian. Boss fight part 2. The mage is angered, cast a flame on any dead succubi around him, which bursts into flames, summoning a Phoenix Paladin. God damn. The mage Isriva calls in his ally Hunter. Chat are literally killing us right now. Named members of chat are killing us right now.
Wait, he cast a spell?
Yep. Basically.
Can I?
You mean as a reaction?
Yup.
I mean, I don't see why not, but it is a viewer decision, so I'm actually gonna give. Actually, no, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
No.
Because they want it, and we give Chad.
What kind of fucking fire paladins come to kill me as well? God damn it!
Yeah. The mage gets so damn angry. He's like, "That is not what I signed up for." And you see him like snap his fingers, and this. God, Jesus. Oh my God! Yeah, this giant paladin emerges from flame and what's left of your floor. And it grasps its great sword as it gets ready to add itself to the initiative roll. And it gets added in line after the Archmage for attack now.
You should have just sold it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. And we move right along. Tree Pelt! You see this happen from the dark corner of the room as the whole room like lights up when this Archmage calls forth this Phoenix Paladin.
Tree Pelt, save me! All the love we had, save me!
I just sit there snickering as I watch Finbar pretty much practically dying. Well, are the Phoenix thingies still around?
Oh yeah, the giant paladin's there. Absolutely.
Well, the other thingies.
The succubi.
Yeah.
Yes, there are 2 succubi still in flight, and one of them is currently trying to readjust its jaw on the floor. So you could step into combat if you wanted to one of the succubi that are attacking the orc, Karusha. All right.
Such a hard game.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in right now.
Yeah, I was about to say this battle got out of hand fast.
I feel Tree's just gonna like sit back and watch until it's like she's just sitting there like she found a like raw human leg on the floor because there's random shit there and she's just gnawing on it and she watches.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can just watch it
Damn it.
happen.
That's not saving me, Cheapo. Damn
Or, I'm
it.
sorry, Jyleth. Jyleth, it is your turn.
God, there's so much chaos right now.
It is of the utmost chaos.
So I'm currently engaged on one of the succubus side, correct?
They actually, yeah, basically. She turned and is now attacking him, but she's still within range of you, yes.
All right. So if I were to go and engage, are we any level of flanked at all, or is it just chaos everywhere?
So two of them have turned their attention to Karusha, who's beating the other one on the ground. So they're kind of all piled into this like center area.
Okay.
Archmage is off about, I'd say, 10 feet, and he has raised this paladin from the body of the fallen one you've already killed.
I would go for the closest target, so I want to help my orc ally.
Yes.
Going with still tiny maul in hand, I'm going for closest succubi to me.
Okay, great, go for it.
All right, first strike, 21.
Whoa! Hit. Jesus Christ. Yep, hit. Super hit.
All right. Thank goodness I can re-roll those ones.
Oh, there you go. That's right, you have the...
Great weapon fighter.
Mhm.
Sorry, so now that is up. So that's 8 damage. That's going to be 8 plus 4, so 12 damage on that.
Okay, so 12 damage. Which one? Are you wanting one of the ones attacking him or the one he's attacking?
One of the ones attacking him.
Is attacking him. Okay, great. Yeah, she takes that 12 points of damage, but not gracefully. You throw her off kilter as she's like flying, and yeah, wow. She takes that damage. Would you like to take your second?
I'll try the second attack on a different one to kind of do crowd control kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So my second attack, 21.
Wow, same roll.
Oh.
Hit. Damn.
And this one, 18 damage.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. That hits. Yeah. Another one. You actually managed to you can hear her back crack a little bit with the weight of the maul.
All right.
Hammer.
All right. I like to action surge on another one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She's just...
All right. 23.
23. How do you kill this one?
Second verse, same as the first. Boom.
Yeah. And you just her head goes flying across to the other side of the room and the body drops at your feet. The sister that you hit earlier looks at you and lets out a hiss at you as you take another one of her sisters down. There are only 2 left standing, but that does not include this Archmage and Paladin now.
That is my end of turn. That's all of my actions.
Great, and we move on to Sebastian.
Wait, fighters have 2 attacks per attack action. You only took 3 so far, right? Yeah.
I did 2 attacks and I used an action surge.
Yeah, action surge is an extra action. So
Oh,
you
so
get
you get
another
both.
attack.
That's true.
I thought an action surge would just see what can make the attack.
Action surge gives you an extra action.
Yeah,
in
so
that
if your
turn.
full action is 2 turns, then every time you do a new action, you get those 2 turns again. That's actually correct.
Oh, so I can attack again?
Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
attack again. Jesus Christ.
Why not?
Such a tank.
Thank you, friend.
Such a tank.
I imagine she's down below. You can
Yeah.
attack again.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yep. That is a 23 is a hit.
So this is the next one. Only a 13 though.
That's okay. She does not like it. So as she hisses at you, you bring the maul across her face and knock some teeth out. She now smiles at you, missing pieces of her of her grill.
Yeah.
And we move on to Sebastian. Sebastian, how would you like to proceed in this chaotic mess?
Oh, there's just so many targets now, but I'm going after the paladin that just showed up because he looks like the best target. He's not actually made of fire. He's a Phoenix paladin, but I assume he's a human, right?
He is.
Okay, so
He may be born of flame, but he is not flame.
Oh, okay, so that means I can't use water against him. Okay, then I take my sword and we just go at it. Not very well though.
That is
this-
not a hit at 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I take my swing and I'm like, who keeps talking? I will go home when this is over.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and we move right along to the Archmage. The Archmage towards Finbar, actually, who is
Oh.
now no longer charmed because the succubi that had you charmed is now missing her head. So
That helps.
that helps, right? He reaches out to you, and let's see. I think he's going to. Oh man, he's going to do so many things. Oh, he doesn't have it. Unfortunate. Okay, cool. He reaches out and points at you, and he says, "Come with me, or I will kill you."
Tempting offer, but no. I mean, yes, I will. I'll come with you. Praise be that you and your lord.
He says, he goes, stop. Really?
Sure. Why not?
You wanna worship my lord?
Yeah. Who is he?
He's the great Phoenix Flame Lord. Don't you know?
Sounds pretty good to me. Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, this has never happened before, where you just agree.
Right. Well.
So, I don't really know how to proceed, he says, and he like looks around. He's like, I might have to check the manual for this.
Good idea.
And he,
Check
like,
the manual.
reaches in his back pocket and pulls out this like book, and he's like flipping through, and he looks to the paladin. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like flipping. He's like, if they agree, bring them back to the base. Oh, so I guess you're gonna have to come with me.
I guess so. Seems
and
like
he
this has taken at least 6 seconds.
for sure. Well, he's not attacking you. He came out of combat.
Ugh.
Well, the moment you were like, I agree, he was like, oh, I'm done.
I agree.
And he was like, well, okay then, let's go. Are your friends? And he stops and he looks at all of you and he says, do all of you? Are you coming with them to worship the Great Phoenix Fire King?
Come on, guys. Great Phoenix Fire King.
Will there
love
be
that.
human sacrifices?
There are always human sacrifices. Tonight, actually, it will be a half-elf sacrifice, and he ports right at Finbar.
That's
I'm
right.
coming.
Yes, I can hang out for tonight.
Make yourself available. That's great of you guys. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I mean, this is the one night I'm not on the chopping block because it's the only human here, so.
That's actually true.
It'd be rude not to partake in your
That's
new
right.
religion,
Let's go through.
boss.
If he doesn't cooperate, I can always tool some bells for him.
Oh, this is great. I have not only one new recruit, I have all of you new recruits. And he just kind of starts like,
Don't get me wrong. I'll work with you guys, but love is still my god.
no. The Phoenix Fire King is now your god. He says, or else I will just have to kill you all.
We might be willing to sacrifice that
Makes a
one.
good point.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're both elf-ish.
Sure.
yeah.
Of course they are. And he says, why don't I take you back to our headquarters just down the way? You know, if you pay money, you can get into higher levels of fire heaven.
I start taking out some gold.
This isn't pyramid selling, is it?
And he says, I'm sorry, sir. Maybe it is. He says, I'm sorry, sir. We only accept manure in fire heaven
Makes sense.
for currency.
You know, this may not be the religion for me.
But he says, what?
Well, I mean, fire heaven sounds pretty hot and all, but
It is so
you know,
hot.
I don't want to have to carry around bags of manure.
He says, we don't carry them in giant bags, just small ones at our waist belt.
I don't think the size of the bag is really the problem I have with manure on my person.
And he says, oh. And while this conversation's going on, the one left harpy is helping pick her sister up who's had her face beaten in. And everybody's trying to like figure out what the hell is going on in this situation. There are mannequin fucking parts everywhere, dead bodies, tree pelts still gnawing on a wooden leg in the corner. And the great archmage snaps his fingers, and all of you go under a time stop.
Oh dear.
Yep. So all of you like, you can see him. Yeah, you guys had this moment where you watch him like pace about trying to decide what he's going to do, and he begins pickpocketing the lot of you, trying to figure out what's on you, wants to learn about you, and so he's like pulling stuff out of your pockets, and he finds he finds Mombar's note to Finbar. And he begins to like read it as he gingerly like slides it out of Finbar's very tight apple bottom jeans. And he flips it open, and he begins to read it, and is so moved by your mother's second chance that he decides to take matters into his own hands. He tucks it back, dismisses this paladin, claps his hands, and the rest of these archmages from this cult show up. And each one of them picks one of you up, slings you over his shoulder magically, doesn't matter how, it just happens. And they proceed to carry you in a time-stop stasis down the hallway and dumps you at the entrance, all of you, of the antiques market, which is across the way from the Makers District. And he says, I will be back for you. Today's your lucky day, Finbar. And he's like, and I'm gonna go date your mom, and walks off.
Oh God.
And oh God.
I'm making her some excellent underwear.
Claps her hands again, and they are gone, and you guys are all kind of like piled on top of one each other, doggy style. Just like blah 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 on top of each other.
My favorite kind of style.
Yes. Doggy
On the bottom, please.
Get off me! Get off!
That had better be someone's sword poking me.
They've put the orc on top.
It's not.
Can I bite Finbar?
Hello.
I mean, you can try.
I'm biting someone.
I'd pay 20 gold for that on a normal day.
Oh, you feel a nibble again near your leg, Finbar, but this time, you're not sure that it's somebody delivering a message.
They're going to date my mum rather than kill me. How is this fair?
Worse fate.
No worse fate could possibly have awaited me. I thought killing me might have been bad. I planned on escaping out of there in some fashion, but no. A darker timeline we are in, my friends, for they wish to date collectively. All of them date my mother. It's going to be a granny. No, I can't say that even.
Please,
Don't put those words in the universe.
No.
Even
don't
here,
you put that in my head.
Even here.
Don't you put that in my head. It's pretty crowded in here with all the voices now.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I really need to get home, guys.
For the first time, you feel like you're home. Standing underneath the arch of the Antiques District.
Oh, I'm good. Thanks, guys.
We're home. Well, in one way, this is terrible because my mother is about to be serially dated by archmages, and on the other hand, could look at the bright side and see that we have this place to ourselves.
Oh!
We
on the
own
other
this place.
side. Wait,
Go ahead.
yeah, you kind of cut off.
On the other hand, we have this place to ourselves now. So, you know.
Oh, by the way, Finbar, I recall that you attacked me, right?
I recall that you murdered us all, somewhat.
Yeah, you sort of started this whole attacking everybody
And
thing.
you were laughing a lot while you were doing that.
And you've insulted me. Like, at least twice.
Yes, this isn't the first time Elifra has betrayed me. She fired arrows at us in the past.
I was attacking the enemies. It was just a coincidence that you were holding on to them.
As you guys are having this conversation, the blame game is happening outside the entrance of the Antiques District. You hear that familiar voice. Hi, welcome to the Antiques District. I'm guide number 94. How can I help you today?
Can I kill this?
I rip off the
really like
walls.
your map.
You are, okay, so pause. You are welcome to try to kill it. You will cause a giant disturbance if you kill it, and they will throw you overboard. Basically, they will kill you, all of you.
Can we not fight for one moment? Can we just think for one moment now that we aren't being murdered by a group of Phoenix sorcerer murders and paladins who are dating now my mother? Can we think for one moment here and just regain some control?
Thinking hasn't gotten me anywhere yet.
You haven't done any of that. Now,
that's a good point.
Exactly. Now, what I'm thinking is all of us here could be on the one hand, very, very rich, owning a panty store here in the Great Galleria. Secondly, we could all be very, very dead. Now that was a bit of a close shave there, and they just stopped fucking time. And they didn't stop fucking it. I mean, they stopped time. And...
Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you. And there are a lot of people out there that if you attack those people with masks, they come and they kill you. So, why don't we all take a little rest for a moment and then think out about what we're doing here and not distribute wanton murder upon the masked people of Grunrundi. People tend not to like that, I found. What we must do instead is tactically murder people. Draw them in and
Can I
murder.
start with you, Finbar?
No.
Hey, Finbar, you say that, but if there is no corpse or mask, how would they know we did it?
If we just go out in the street and attack them, well, they're going to see us. If we draw them inside and attack them, well, then you can do your wanton murder there. My friends...
I've got a hole we can stick them in. I got a portable hole.
Oh, dear.
No,
Oh,
don't worry about a portable hole. Just feed them to the base. I mean...
why must we murder this?
That bag, where it seems to be a bag of holding, just feed it to this.
Why need we murder these masked people? They often kill themselves, I've found. They
The
jump
guy
out
goes,
of windows.
I'm sorry, are you talking about murdering me?
Yes.
I really like your
I
mask,
turn
by
to
the
the
way.
guy and
Thank
be
you.
like, to answer your question, we don't have any questions. We're fine here.
Oh, great. Well, if you
Annoying
need
with
anything
you.
here at the Gallery of Grunrundi, you please let me know. And welcome to the Antiques District.
Right.
Can I hit that? Can I like hit the
No,
side?
don't do that. Please.
No, I'm not gonna kill her. I'm just gonna hit her.
Just like whack it. Yeah, you can hit her.
Next to killing people.
Just gonna fucking hit her.
Killing people
Yeah, she
begins
goes to
with
walk
hitting
off, you just
people.
like nick her upside the head, and she like takes it, no problem, and just keeps walking.
Right.
What was that for?
I hate people.
Why is Jylef and why are we the voices of reason here, my friends? We have done our task. We've gotten rid of the squatters, right? Our quest is complete. Now, what we need to do is reap the rewards from this fine panty store we have here.
You have to go pick up your shipment that your
That's
mom has
right.
already placed for you.
Well, all we need to do now is pick up the panties and get them on the mannequins, and off we go.
Get them on the
Are we gonna get attacked again like before?
Optional.
So,
I'm starting to think what on earth your mom has gotten into from this store that she acquired.
Don't
Maybe
read
that's
it.
why it was probably affordable.
Don't read it.
If we're gonna get attacked again, just feed them Finbar. I mean, who's gonna miss him?
Everyone will miss me, my friend. And while they may have been able to stop time there, I have a few tricks up my sleeve, and I think I could have gotten myself out of that scenario just fine.
What, are you gonna take your pants off again?
Is that an offer?
I'm gonna bitch slap Finbar.
Ah, just how I remembered.
just like a hard whack to the face. Like,
Oh, the memories.
You
Makes
remembered
Finbar
how
up.
I liked it.
She grew out of biting, but she'll go back to that.
oh man.
I bet she will.
So where you're kind of at, people are passing by you guys as you're having this conversation. There's no real sunlight, so you don't know if it's middle of the day or middle of the night. The entrance to the antiques market is very, very open, and this looks like it is in essence a giant junkyard. It is where shit goes to die. This is that place, and people have hordes and hordes of stuff. I'm sure if you dug deep enough, you might find something of real value, but most of it looks like junk. Across the way is the Makers District, and the Makers District is where you're going to find anything that is handmade or hand raised. So that's where livestock is kept, and that's also going to be. You guys have run a little bit into the Makers District before when they attempted to steal the gold bricks from you in the bank heist. For those of you, I don't think any of you were here for that. So Finbar, you might remember that.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's about that's kind of where you're at and what you're up against. Now, the note from Mombar reminds you that not only do you have to pick up the shipment that's waiting on you from the tailor, but you have to bring the tailor something specific, which is as much used bag of holding fabric as you can find to make the new line
right.
for older ladies.
We must find as much used bag of holding material. Now, who has any old bags of holding? First of all, we might be able to use those. Secondly, where might we find some saggy baggies?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Because we both know. Well,
Yes, we do.
we're never going back there, Jolith.
If we must.
It sounds like it's that, or we have to start killing people and taking their bags. Which one of those options do you find more palatable?
I vote for killing.
I like to fight.
There's a reason I'm not putting you on that list of people to ask, Tree Belt.
I tell you,
They're kind of scary.
How about
Good.
I wait here, I draw them in, and you murder them?
I can go with that plan.
Yes,
A resplendent offering.
People.
Oh, shit! And the Crimson Phoenix does 20 pounds. The Phoenix Lord is pleased and speaks to the party through a flame. As a reward for facing this challenge from his followers, Finbar is blessed with a special pet mount, a fire phoenix.
What?
Dope.
Okay. Jesus
It can
Christ.
change sizes. It can be a little phoenix, or it can be a mount. Dope.
That's great. Your Phoenix melt though comes. It's not. You haven't added water yet.
I'm dating your
It needs
mom
to grow.
now.
So right here at the entrance of the antiques market, you see a woman who's got like some old bird cages, and she's got some ratty ass birds in them. Except for one in particular, who is like eyeballing you hard, and it's this beautiful baby bird that you're gonna have to bring to full size, Finbar. You're gonna have to nurture it if you want to be able to ride it.
It's beautiful. It's perfect. I will.
Not a responsibility, though, Finbar.
Help you.
I am a master of responsibility.
Oh, this bird is going to die in a week.
Can I eat it?
Wait, you give it a week?
Don't eat my bird.
Yeah. It's all yours. It like escapes and walks right over to you, Finbar.
Okay, so here's the plan. I pick it up in my hands. I'll wait here with my new pet. I'll lure in some people into the house. When they come in with their baggies of holding, you murder them mercilessly whilst I watch and stroke my pet. Sound good?
Again, I'm not a kill. Well, I am a killer, but I'm not a cold-blooded killer. You need these two others for that.
Wow.
Maybe three.
How about you just
You
pretend?
should get on my level.
Treepelt is a savage. Why don't you get on her level for just a moment, Sebastian?
I can't use Reaper for this, so I have to summon up a different packed weapon.
I don't
Okay.
use whatever weapon you feel like you need to use. We just need to get this job done. So, and I call her. Does it not look like I have a bag of holding outside in the street?
So
You-
okay, please explain to me the plan. You're like, hey, people with bags of holding, come chat with me. Is that what's happening?
I'm gonna
here?
call out like, anybody here with a bag of holding gets 500 gold pieces. Just for having it. Come on in to Finbar's store of unreasonably priced bags of holding.
You don't even have a stall or anything. You're just like panhandling on the streets of the
Come on into my new shop in here. Past this door that you can't see anything inside. Yes, come on in.
This crankety old woman says 500 gold pieces for a bag of holding.
That's right. Now, my friend, my dear woman, this is for the good of your own people. Come on in here. Now, tell me, there are not sufficient amounts of women's underwear out there, are there?
Well, I stopped wearing undergear years ago. It chafes in all the wrong places.
That's right. And yet, in all the right places, you need to wear underwear. So come in here. Come here.
She like steps closer. She's not exactly sure what she's stepping into. Where are we going?
Into my store here, and I kind of come into the store. Now this here is Treepelt, this is Elifra, this is Jyleth, this is Karusha, and this is Sebastian. Very diverse, I know. They are going to have to murder you. For your.
This old woman's like, I'm sorry.
You're very old already.
And I stab her with a rapier.
There you
I
go.
imagine right now we all strike.
It's like multi.
I'm
The
sorry.
moment she gets damaged, I cast Soul of the Dead.
Yeah,
This is the only way I can
just for the
control
hell
it.
of it, I'll give it to all of you. You all managed. You just ripped this old woman to shreds off the street. Oh my god! And she
feel good
falls
about
dead at your feet and is bleeding out. And sure enough, at her side, she has a full bag of holding.
What
Isn't
do you
this
guys
like out in the
think
middle
about
of the open though?
Yeah, you guys basically pulled her into a back alleyway.
Wanton murder.
I just pick up the quartz and go, here, Tree Pelt, got you a gift.
Thank you. I start like eating her face.
I'm just going to empty out her bag. I flip it inside out.
Nice. Okay, yep, you empty it out. Just tons of stuff start pouring out of it. Just useless stuff that old women keep. There's a couple dead birds in there. There's a pearl necklace. There's, old food, moldy old food. She clearly doesn't keep anything of value, but it just like all falls out at your feet. It's like dumping out a woman's purse. The worst kind of purse. And it's now, the bag of holding is now empty.
I can't.
Elithra will clean up the mess there with her bag of devouring.
Nice. Yeah.
Tree Pelt is not. So imagine like Tree Pelt and like the bag of devouring is.
Yeah, they're sitting together munching on everything, all of this chaos you guys have done. So you guys have one bag of holding that is still intact. That you could sacrifice, I guess, for like maybe a pair of underwear.
How many did we need?
You're supposed to make an entire line of old lady underwear. And unless you plan on murdering a lot of people, this is,
Guys, even I don't feel good about this. And I didn't think I had that many morals left. This was one of them.
She eats an old lady's face.
That's another one.
What?
You're killing your clientele.
Okay, apparently killing old women is against my belief system, and then eating them afterwards.
Can I shove like an old lady's arm in his mouth?
In whose mouth? Sebastian's?
Yeah.
I mean, you're welcome to try. He may act against you.
I'm pretty sure that's some kind of a saving throw.
Yeah,
probably...
I was gonna say, a saving. I'd take a dex if you wanted to.
Oh,
Do I have to roll dex too?
Yeah, you have to roll against his. Oh, and she rolled a 5. So you do just manage to, but like you get a little like something like just across the tip of your nose, just like, and you miss as you try to put it in his mouth.
I throw up in the bag of holding.
Yeah. And I just looked at Sebastian. Remember when I said about the ways of the wrong way or the Jarlath way? The Jarlath way is the wrong way, but even faster.
Let's go with your ways.
So, Finbar, we've dumped the bag of holding out. We're now eating the old woman.
Excellent.
And
That's good.
we have learned that one bag of holding only makes one pair of underwear.
Oh god, we're gonna need so many more old ladies. Okay.
I throw up in this bag. Here you go.
What is the best way to attract old? A knitting club.
But of course.
Why didn't we think of this before?
And-
It's simple.
And bear with me here. There's another way.
It's so simple.
I stick my head out the door, and I say, "Attention, old ladies! There is a sexy man here."
You start to hear this strange clank as if
that's
like
me.
a lot of pots and pans and dishes are being like sifted about, and you see almost like a stampede, old women from all over the
How big is their
start
stomach?
like coming out of nowhere, and their clothes and stuff, they have like pots and pans and like dangles and things like hanging from them that they've makeshifted all of their wear from used items, spoons and forks, and they're all like stampeding just go towards this call out, Sebastian.
Why did I say knitting club? I meant guild club.
I didn't think it was going to work that well. I find a shadow, and I become one with the shadows and become invisible.
No one
You hear
wants to
somebody
see
say,
it.
"Did somebody say a beautiful young man?"
Oh, ladies, you are looking very young today.
There is only one of them. You need to fight it out.
Oh,
Yes.
actually,
Fight to the
you
death.
say that, and all the old ladies look at each other, and they're like, "Well, I saw him first. No, I saw him first. No, he's mine." And these old women start attacking one another, just like beating the shit out of each other, pulling hair, ripping out old teeth and dentures. Spoons and forks from their clothing are going flying. It is a travesty. It is a chaotic nightmare. Blood slinging everywhere. This is happening in the middle of the antiques market. And a few of the collectors for this district, you can definitely tell they're collectors, come over. They're in a little bit more armor, but it looks very happenstantial, as if it's been, salvaged over the years and pieced together, patched here, patched there. And they're trying to like break the old women up who are just ravenously ripping away at one another. And about 5 minutes pass.
This
as
happens
they're
a lot of
fighting
the
it out.
time. I knew it would work.
One old lady is left standing. She's panting. She wears an eye patch.
Hello.
She is the baddest bitch of them all.
She's formidable. We leave her alone.
And she says, "So, did I win?"
Oh,
Can I come up behind her and slash her?
Come on!
You wanna
She's
Kill
mine!
the last old lady? Shit!
Yep.
I want to punch her like Hulk punched
I feel
Loki.
like somehow this has turned into the anti-Valentine's Day story.
I was gonna show her a good time. Tree Pet, don't be jealous.
All the bells, because she's probably hurt.
She is hurt. Oh, she's gonna probably die. Between the slash and this, I'm gonna assume that she's a dead woman. Yeah, she's dead. Between your slash and the necrotic damage you just dealt on her with Toll of the Dead, she just like and then like passes out. And you guys are now standing in the middle of the Antiques District. You have roughly about 25 old ladies that have killed each other in the name of Finbar. And 3 of the collectors for this district are standing there staring at the lot of you.
They just
I hand one
women.
of the collectors an old lady arm. To know.
The collector looks at you. He's kind of an older gentleman, kind of peppered beard, and he says, "I don't want that."
Listen, my friend. The first rule of Gilf Club is we don't talk about Gilf Club.
He says, "I have never heard of such club. This has not been brought up in our community
That's
meetings."
because we don't talk about it. It's the first rule. Aren't you catching on?
Are you trying to are you trying to convince him to do something?
Absolutely, yeah.
Roll for it.
Let's see. What...
Lutheran's gonna assist.
Okay.
He's like, don't worry about it. It's just he likes his gilfs.
Roll it with advantage.
Nat
Holy shit. One of the other collectors comes over and he's like, "Hey man, I've heard of that club." And he looks at him and goes, "Oh yeah? Yeah, but you're not supposed to talk about it." He's like, "Why are you talking about it?" And they start like kind of arguing, and and the other one walks up and he goes, "Shh, stop talking about it." And he looks at Finbara and he says, "We've got our eye on you." And they look around at all the dead bodies. I'm guessing you guys want to raid all the old lady dead bodies.
Yeah, I'll reappear and start collecting stuff.
I just look ready to do it.
And I'll throw some of the bodies into my hole.
Okay,
Get the
wait.
collectors.
Okay, wait.
The tree belt.
And Alethira, you wanted to do something?
Yeah,
You wanted to
he's
do
like,
something?
Clarence, I hope you don't mind, but we're gonna recycle them. Is that fine?
I need to grab my meat for the month, so just let me do this. My food.
You should have just asked.
Tree belt got a system going. We got this.
It smells mothy and old lady. And as you guys begin salvaging the bodies, everybody else in the antiques market comes running and begins ripping things off of the bodies. Not the bodies themselves, but everything that they're wearing. They're scavenging what's left on these people. So I'm going to have each of you roll me a dex.
Oh,
because you are literally trying to beat them to getting off the body. Oh, no. You're so enamored with ripping of flesh that you can't worry about things.
Finally, 16.
I just start screaming at people, "These are mine."
Okay, if you would like to roll an intimidation, I'll take one, Sebastian.
21 there.
So, woo. Okay, so so anybody, really, it's going to be Sebastian and Finbar, and Karusha actually managed to pull a few bodies to the side and kind of block them. Basically, you guys kind of reach for them and grab them first and claim them. And surprisingly enough, all 3 of them have a bag of holding.
Well done.
Well, I can't keep these. I've already got something. If I mix them, we'll all die.
You guys now have 4 bags of holding.
We need to get to the shipment place at once.
We can just say there's a very exclusive, so therefore you get it rake the price really high.
That's right. Yes, we'll sell 4 of them.
I like to hand.
Like 50 times the cost.
You know what I've realized here is that you are all excellent murderers. We don't need hundreds of bags of holding. We'll just go there and intimidate them and or murder them, and you can eat them.
Yep.
You
like
made
this
Tree
plan.
Pelt can eat them.
That's right.
Yep.
Finbar, you've made me the worst monster I could possibly be.
Oh,
Welcome to the club.
that is the nicest thing I've ever heard.
Inner turmoil.
Sebastian, you only now notice?
Well, I was going to be the master of a dungeon and let everybody come to me, but now I cause this.
I change people. Lifra, I told you you'd like me.
I still don't like you, Owl.
No one likes you, Finbar.
Everyone loves me, darling.
I slap Finbar again.
I like that. When will you learn?
Hey, Finbar, are
Can
you
I
listening?
stab Finbar?
I'm only more aroused.
I mean, if you want to go into an actual initiative, that's how you'd have to, we'd have to roll for initiative if you want to stab him, like actually attack him. And technically in the Galleria, you're not supposed to draw your weapon in public. That shit will also get you killed.
I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you what, Treepelt. I'll draw my own sword later on.
Can I bite Finbar?
Yes.
I mean, again,
I'll allow
you like bite him on the shoulder and
I'll
slap
allow
him, and Finbar keeps taking it
Oh.
gingerly.
Ooh, we have to stop out here in public. Someone might see. Let's go to a shipping place.
Finbar's Mombar's note lets you know that it's located in the shipment is waiting for you in the Maker's District. The person that you need to get the shipment of bags of holding from, old bags of holding, is a different person than you're going to need to actually deliver them to. But you've been given a name and a location, at least for pickup. Mombar was thorough in her note-taking abilities. And you cross the bridge over the giant canal, a water canal that runs down the center of the Galleria. And the Maker's District is booming. It's busy. And it's actually one of the larger districts that you've seen. And the reason is because they basically have fake indoor sunlight. This is where they grow things. They use magical sunlight to grow agriculture underneath the inside of this mountain. And as you pass by, there are these extraordinary farming setups that these farmers have. But this is also where you hear the tink of blacksmiths as they're making things. The actual market in which the fresh food from the farmers is sold. But here, you find all kinds of things, handmade items, few handmade bags and things of that nature. But the note from Mombar leads you straight to a tanner. Who has human hides, some,
Manure.
yeah, hanging, a lot of manure.
I've seen Tree Pelt smile. And it's just...
Yeah, hanging up. He's got a few other things that are currently hanging, drying, curing, and the works. And you see he's got like an open side to his shop where he's currently skinning something. He rips open, because the hell not, a squirrel and guts it and throws it to the side as he like rips the skin off and holds it up and looks at you. Oh, wipes his face. He says, what, can I help you?
How much for the human hides? I need those.
Oh, those aren't for sale. I sell them direct to the guys across the street.
No, I need those.
We're gonna need those for later.
I've got a few more, and I start taking the dead old women out of my hole. I grabbed a couple. How much?
We got a delivery.
Jesus Christ. Never thought it'd be bargaining dead bodies for a human hide.
Why not? I'm immortal now.
Yeah. He says, well, so you're telling me that all the work I put into skinning these here fuckers, you want me to take them old ladies and do it all over again for fair trade?
Yeah.
Yes.
They are fair trade grannies, actually. They're ethically sourced.
Let me look at that. Let me look at that dead granny.
This is your business.
Look at that dead granny.
You're businessman.
Let me take it over there.
This is yeah.
Organic and free range.
Tree Pelt's face is covered in blood because she was just munching on the dead granny.
Yeah, like you still have like Kool-Aid mouth.
Like in her hair and everything.
Yeah, and he says, how about this? I'll take the, grannies from you, but I'm gonna need some gold to go with it.
We only deal in manure.
Well, good news, me too. What? You got any manure? I take all kinds.
I could do if you give me a minute out back.
Now, wait a minute. I know of a necrophilicat that will buy these bodies off of me, and I'd start putting them back in. If you don't want them, I'll go sell them to the cat.
Wait. How many grandmas you got?
I think I got like 3 in here.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Yes.
How many do we have actually?
I think you picked up 3, as I think I heard what you say, Sebastian.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Of all the dead grandmas, you guys left with 3 of them, and all their bags of holding.
Yeah,
I
had
have
to
some
steal
body
it
parts.
fast.
That's about it.
She says, Jesus. He says, all right. He goes, why don't you stack them dead grandmas over there? Take your hides and be gone with you.
Because, my dear fellow, we have a requisition order, and I show my notes to him.
Oh, Mom Bar.
That's right.
And he gets that look in his eye, of knowing.
The first rule about Guild Club. What did I say?
Yeah.
he looks at you and he goes, is your mom?
Yes.
He's a real mama's child.
That's right.
He says, all right. He says, follow me. And he leads you kind of around and into his shop, which is really just like a small tunnel that's been dug into the wall. And it leads you into a small storage area that's about 5 foot by 5 foot. And he's got about 3 crates back there. Average sized crates, I say about 2 foot by 2 foot, but there are 3 of them. And he says, you best be careful. I had somebody take all the magic off them there bags, but I wouldn't be too careful. They could react, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't, but that's fine.
And he welcomes somebody to pick up all 3 of the crates that have Finbar written right across the top of them, kind of painted on the top.
Off we go, boys.
Well, Benbar, let's go. All those boxes, nice for you.
So you guys are able. He waves you goodbye as he begins gutting the old ladies you've left behind and begins tanning them to replace the hides that Treepelt took. And you guys walk down to your next stop, which is actually not too far. You have to walk for about 15 minutes or so, and you get to see the sights. They clearly raise animals here too. You get to smell that luscious manure that we've been talking about at its fullest form. And you make it to the tailor shop. And this is actually a really fine tailor shop. It's got a nice sign out front, all glass front windows, really beautiful cherry oak framework that has been bolted to the concrete and dug out catacomb, repurposed catacomb. And it's the sign on the door says open.
I walk into the tailor shop and I put down the human pelts. I'm like, make this into a coat for me.
Okay, so you walk in and the walls are lined with beautiful, elegant fabrics, silks, and high fine cottons. There is a kind of elderly, gingerly man behind the counter, and he says, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, we don't. I don't sew in human skin."
My face is still covered in blood. I'm like, make them into coats for me.
If you are interested in repurposing of human hide, you are welcome to go down the road to my friend's shop. He works in that there. I work strictly in fabrics.
Make this into coat.
He says, I don't think you understand. I don't work in human hide.
I look at the group. Can I kill this?
No.
Not yet.
I take the hides back. Technically these belong to me. It was my, material that was traded for this hide.
Oh, so I kill you first.
This is gross, by the way. I throw them over my shoulder. What did we actually come here for? I touched human skin that wasn't mine.
Yeah. I feel like Sebastian's having a breakdown.
Current events. It's a role in that brain.
What's wrong with human skin?
And he kind of looks at the lot of you and pans up as he looks at the orc and then back down, and he's like, I'm sure that I could work up some outfits for all of you, but it would take time.
Right.
Is that what you're here for? New outfits?
I mean, I could
Finbar let us here, so let Finbar do the
A
talking.
little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. We have this shipment here, and I kind of like
Oh, he says.
pop one open.
He says, "Mom bar," and gives you that same look of knowing.
Number one rule. First rule.
He says,
Yes.
"Oh yes, she already paid me for this delivery."
I'm sure she did.
And he says, but it did take me quite a while. You know, you have a really
I bet
delicate
it did.
taste in underpants, dear sir.
I bet I do. Yes. Like mother, like son. I would like you to take a look at this if you could, and do any other business for my fine companions here. And I lean in. They will murder you, otherwise they're fucking crazy. I'm not in control.
He says, "Great," and pulls out a box that's about a foot deep and about 2 foot wide. It's kind of rectangular, and he slides it up, and he pulls about 3 or 4 of them, and each one is labeled with one of your Finbar lines. The drill dough line is the first one he pulls out. And he opens the lid, and there, handcrafted in this beautiful box, are like 4 different sizes of the drill dough underwear line.
One of my favorites. This one is one of the best sellers. Take a look at the second line, which is Absolute Priest.
Yes, this one was a joy to handcraft.
Yes, indeed. They are rather fantastic.
And he says,
"Do you have anything in the style of Shattered Sanity?"
"Oh, let's see, Finbar, that wasn't part of your line, but we might be able to tailor something
I
to
have
fit
Shattered
that."
Insanity, which is
I just feel like I am breaking inside.
He says, "Oh, good
Oh.
sir, do you know what you need?" And he reaches under and pulls out a bow tie. And he's like, "You just need a little class in your day." And he passes you this snazzy chainmail bow tie. And he continues and he says, "So, here they are."
Thank
and
you,
he pulls out
please.
like a stack of 4 and
Appreciate
another
it.
stack of 4. Like he's made all. Your mother has paid him to make all of your
I
underwear
bet
line,
she
brand spanking new by
has.
hand.
Oh.
And then he says, "But she paid. She
emphasis on spanking.
paid me extra to make a special line for older ladies."
Yes.
I didn't have a bow tie.
We need to give you some bags of holding, old bags of holding.
Yes, I've heard are the only thing that truly
Encapsulates.
gets rid of encapsulates the shape of the older lady.
I heard the same.
And he
Not
says,
that
"So
I have
are those?"
any experience in this myself.
He said, "Are those these crates?"
They are indeed. There are some bags of holding here. Why don't we hand them over?
What do we hear? And you pop the crates open, and you can see that somebody has actually pulled the bag of holdings apart. That they've clearly been, they've gotten rid of the magic that makes them so, and kind of pulled them apart. And let's see, just for funsies, he begins kind of sifting through, and he's like, yes, this is plenty. It will take some time, so you'll need to come back for the finished line, but you're welcome to browse the shop or take it back to your own shop. Or
I just figured out something. There was already material to make. Did we just murder a bunch of old women for no good reason?
Don't read into it. Don't read into it.
I need a drink.
Sebastian, we just broke Sebastian.
At this moment, I just like to give Sebastian a hug, and it's just like, there.
A drink is an excellent idea, Sebastian. How about we go back to my old tavern? Hmm?
I blew it up.
No, there's some still left of it.
Okay.
Mostly the tab,
Sebastian.
not so much the
Sebastian.
urns. The urns are gone.
And why is it every time bad things happen to me, this Dragonborn hugs me?
Hey, Sebastian, welcome to the dark side.
There.
To the dark side.
We have
Feel
cookies.
blood.
And he says,
do?
"Well,
Like,
if this is all done, I'm gonna go get to work. I have a lot of granny pennies to make. And that takes time when you're doing it by hand.
Granny panties. I like the sound of
Granny
that.
pennies. And he says, so toodaloo, and kind of waves you on and kind of pushes you out of the store with these like stacks of completed boxes. And as you guys exit the shop, you hear this the voice off in the distance. You absolutely can't miss it, of somebody going, there they are, get them. And the collectors from the antique district have gathered in force.
Damn it.
Yeah, and they've gathered in full force and are now coming after you guys. They are now running your direction.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
they went that way.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, do you want to take off running, Karusha?
No, I said they went that way.
Oh, they went that way. Are you gonna try to deceive them?
I
Roll
immediately.
that deception then, because technically.
It's hard to miss a dragonborn covered in blood.
And fur.
Oh, at a 19.
Oh.
Half of them do run past you. The other half, like, stop. And he goes, no, they're right here. And they start, like, running back. Like, the lot runs back almost comedically and starts running back towards you guys as they're coming back. They know it's you. And there's about 14 of them.
I grab Tree Pelt by this collar. Here she is. This is the one you're looking for.
I invite Sebastian.
My God, you guys are the worst like team of all time. It's always finger pointing with you, and they kind of surround you guys. These antique collectors, and they're like, "We know what you did. You killed those innocent women. What are you doing here in the antiques district?"
They killed themselves.
They killed
the voices
themselves.
told me to come here. Well, that's true, but a voice told me to come here.
A
Literally,
voice.
the women killed themselves. They killed each other.
Oh yes, except for that. Except for two, they mostly did it themselves.
I was
The last
hungry.
Look at the blood-stained one.
I was hungry.
So they're all looking at you,
Resplendent offering.
and they go,
They weren't gonna live much longer anyways.
Oh boy, everybody gets a wild magic surge from Imperator Penguin, and Sebastian gets an extra one from Galashnikov. It's a D10,000.
Why? Thank you.
"Everybody roll that D10,000."
There you go, boys and girls.
I really
I was about to say, let me see if I can't help you there.
wanted to be roots
How do I
again.
do that?
Not wrong for me to
I
say.
put it in the Zoom chat for you.
Yep.
You can copy that. Alright, so Sebastian, 1A15. You try to pop your head by squeezing it with both hands.
My God.
That sounds right.
That sounds about right. Sounds about right. Irvin got 7405. 7405. Target's presence makes missile weapons leave rainbow trails. Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. My own 8239. All forged steel within 100 yards turns to aluminium, or as you guys would say, aluminum.
That's right.
Oh.
Aluminum, damn it.
I feel like that's
American.
And then, yeah,
Including his chainmail
So wait,
dragons.
what turns to aluminum?
all forged steel, so any weapons that have been forged of steel, basically.
You just ruined my sword.
Everything.
We just ruined every sword in the
I-
entirety of the Maker's
I've
District.
ruined everything, but it's not my fault.
Andrew chainmail jeggings.
Tree
Yeah,
pelt.
yeah, right.
And my new bow tie.
Yeah, you know
Okay, that one's okay.
So,
Alright, so who do
Tree pelt is immune to all attempts at telepathy or mind reading.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh boy, what are we-
That's a good one. Okay.
Fine.
Sebastian's second one, 95. After each spell you cast, you were racked by existential horror.
Well, I was already.
He has flashbacks.
Welcome to my life.
Get that
Yeah.
PTSD.
I'm trying to crush my head, which is I don't believe is real, and horror.
Jylef, you forget that your name is a vile expletive in Dwarvish. In a Dwarvish language, it's the worst name, but you forget.
It's like,
You forget
oh man.
that you were named after like the C word that married every bad word for orcs.
That had a baby. Yeah.
The backstory.
Yeah. It just Jylef means, you know, like the C word had a child with every bad word for
And a few
orcs
gestures
and
as well.
dwarves. Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
writing that
My
down.
life has become Gilus.
Oh man.
Oh,
Thank you so
my God!
much,
Does your mother kiss you with that
Zang.
mouth? This is,
Yeah.
and did we get them all? We're missing
One more. Also, thank you to Zangmag for that host. Shout out to Zang, to some Dungeons Dragons over his channel. Appreciate it. Welcome in, guys. Having some
thank you.
shenanigan times over here. 5602 for Karusha. You don't age while you wear a wet hat. Your secrets you'll never tell.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
All right. All of a sudden, like this chaos of being surrounded, all these wild magic surges happen at once. All of the collectors are actually taken aback by the level of like just you trying to squeeze your own head to death and just all of it, freaking rainbow magic and shit. And you can tell like maybe the leader of the collectors or the one who kind of leads the group steps forward, and it's actually a woman. Kind of quaint in size, but powerful in voice. And she says, "Take them down to the pits." And they reach out and they basically grab all of you. They black bag you, tie you, and begin walking you guys out. And they walk you for about an hour with these black bags on. And because all of your weapons are now aluminum.
What?
I mean, you're welcome to if you want to try.
Trayvon, don't fight this feeling.
You have to take it at disadvantage though if you want to try to spit acid because you can't see what you're spitting at.
I think that's how that works.
Acid is Dragon Breath is a saving throw.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. So I get a save on it.
They might get an
What do I
advantage on a
Yeah,
save,
but-
for instance.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did that right.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if I did that right.
You got that.
I think you did, but you took the disadvantage. So yeah, I mean, I'll roll for them.
Basically, they roll, you don't roll. Street out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think they rolled dex. Oh, that's bad.
But they're going. Yeah, that was not good. But they are going to take the
Advantage.
advantage on it. So it's meant to be. So you like blatantly spit acid all over the place, and it does. It hits quite a few of them, and you can hear them scream out. And it makes as you spit it, it eats through like a spot in your black bag, and you can hear that strong woman's voice again says, "It doesn't matter. We're here." And they toss all of you in and rip off the black bags as they toss you into this basically jail cell. And they slam the door shut and lock it. And you see, as you all open your eyes for the first time, that you are in this giant open cavern, probably 1,000 feet by 1,000 feet wide. And the center cell is filled to the brim with mutated people that have become extraordinarily sick from this fantasy herpes. For those of you that haven't seen it before, they're basically attempting to turn into half dragons, but their bodies aren't accepting the sickness, and it's mutilated them. And they notice all of you instantly. There's probably 300 or 400 of them that are trapped in this giant cage, and every one of their heads turn and look at all of you. Not a single one of you are sick, so they all recognize you as basically fresh meat.
And at this point, I get a table of bad things and a wild magic surge from Ken. God damn it, Ken. Finbar's wild magic surge. My left arm appears to carry a powerful enchantment.
Oh. I'm not sure if it's that still tingling from the bee.
That tingly bee.
Or if it's actually magic coursing through your veins.
And my table of bad things here, let me roll this.
Oh my god.
That's 61. Get this table up here. So, just when I needed a table of bad things, as soon as we'd been captured by all the bad guys, a 61 reads... The night has been particularly dry. You wake up with cracked, bleeding lips and a dry thirst. My beautiful lips, no.
Yeah.
I offer him my decanter of endless water.
I didn't moisturize.
Isn't he not supposed to have water?
I was about to say, yeah, and he doesn't do
not water. Anything but that, it will dissolve me.
When I see these people, though, I just get scared and I start throwing frostbite. And then I double over screaming in horror.
Basically, yeah. So you start slinging magic, and as soon as you do so, basically the lot of them begin, like some of them that are super mutated begin like creeping and crawling towards the edge as trying to get as close as you can. And when you look left and right, you realize that there are more cells. That this is clearly where they bring the people for something. People that have done bad things, or all of the above. And your cellmates next door is this old man, and he lets out like a very raspy like cough, and he looks at you and he says, You're in for it now. And one of the mutilated forms comes up to the edge and sticks its head through, and it's about 10 or 15 feet, and begins to projectile vomit molten gold as it begins like seeping towards you. And then 3 and 4 more come and stick their heads through, and they start vomiting molten gold. And a puddle of molten gold is beginning to form and seep towards the towards your cell, and more of them start. You got about 12 or 13 of them now that are vomiting profusely as the molten gold begins creeping towards the cell that you are all locked in.
How high is the roof and stuff?
So for you guys, there's like an overhang, stone overhang, and the cells have basically been like inserted into the stone. So you're looking at a cell that's about 10 foot wide by about 5 foot deep and about 10 foot high.
Because I have wings, so I was just gonna like fly up and just like don't get like touched.
Yeah,
up.
you can totally hover. Yeah.
Just like nope.
I take my decanter and I say geyser, and I just start trying to knock them all down with the stream of water.
Okay.
Can I push on the gate?
Yeah, you can give it you want to give it like a strength check just to test it, or you want to actually try to push it through?
Well,
I will assist him.
just push it.
Okay, yeah, both of you take a strength check with advantage.
Yay!
50 gallons of water that pushes forth. Yeah, your water is basically, it's not pushing the gold away as much as it's cooling it. Oh, wow. Okay. At a 21. Oh! At a nat 20! Holy shit. Okay. So we'll take first action was from Sebastian. And he starts using this decanter of water to try to like wash it away. It's the gold is so thick. It's not washing away, but it is cooling it. And it's beginning to steam, and it's slowing the rate at which it's moving. You two manage with sheer brute force to
Very strong.
like holy shit, sheer brute force to like and it like pops actually the stone loose. It's like you didn't even get just the bars free. You pop part of the stone off of the wall, and the whole gate falls forward. Splashes molten gold everywhere as it lands in like what's left of it, and the gold begins to like eat the bars away. You are free, but now that you are free, the rest of the like sick, mutated sick begin vomiting, and they're just like rapidly vomiting, and molten gold is beginning to build in puddles all around you, and that is where we will end today's episode.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Oh. We are so doomed.
We are so super fucked.
So doomed. More than the usual amount of doomed. The worst.
I blame you, Finbar.
I blame anybody but myself. As per usual. Well, my friend.
I had a pretty good life before this.
You're in the Goldmember Bond movie.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah.
There you go. Matt and I didn't come up with that faster.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Well, my friends, that's what we're going to wrap up tonight's episode of Great Galleria of Grundrundy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I certainly had a blast. Thank you guys for all of the crazy donations throughout today's game. They've made it wacky and beautiful, as always. And if you guys want to join us one of these weeks, come along, play with us. No matter how much experience you have with Dungeons and Dragons, come along, join in the fun. !play down there. We'll take you to the link where you guys can come and play Dungeons and the Dragons alongside us here at Encounter Roleplay. Played with over 300 people throughout 3 years, so come along. It's a good time. Let's go around the cast and crew low. Do we enjoy ourselves, and where can we find you guys online? Also, before I go, another shout out to our sponsors, D&Dice, who make all these shows happen. We love them. You should love them too. Check out this link down below for a 5% discount on all of their dice. And of course, if you haven't followed the show yet and you enjoyed it today, hit the follow button and join us. And the next time you'll be seeing us is on Saturday on the Wizards of the Coast channel, twitch.tv/D&D at 6 p.m. Eastern. But Chelsea, what do you think about today's show?
As usual, the chat never fails to let me down. They will make it crazier and crazier for me. It was, I was telling the group I had a whole game planned, and then when our regulars called out, I was like, well, we're gonna make this a Finbar episode and be damned if it's gonna make any sense whatsoever. And so here we are. So I always have a blast. I had a blast today with all of you. It was a really refreshing, fun game. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Incredible.
Oh, and you can find me online. Right, that's what I do things. Other things when I'm not here, making chaos happen. You can find me online on all the social medias, mostly Twitter at little_red_dot. When I'm not here every Thursday, I'm with ERP every Saturday over on Learn by Play, which is on Wizards of the Coast channel. And I also help run and produce a 5th edition story play podcast called North by Northquest that you're welcome to check out. I'll drop some links in chat.
Great stuff, great stuff. Let's go around then. So, Crumpler, what do you think about tonight's game, my friend?
Oh wow! I was not expecting level of nonsense, and that's why I'm usually play good characters, and I'm grateful I went with a neutral this time. And before I went on my socials, one thing I wanted to show: I usually have an artist group, and we had our challenge. We had to draw a character as if it's drawn by a child. So I drew Gylith.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So there's Tiny Small, him breathing lightning,
Beautiful.
and some just random pants. So it was an excellent challenge because like I like been an artist for like 15 years, so to awaken the child's mind and like don't have to stay in proportion, so that was excellent fun. Other than that, I am Crumpler64. You can find me on Twitter at Crumpler64. I also live stream on Twitch at /Crumpler64. I don't have a regular schedule yet, other than on every Sunday night. I am currently a DM, a Curse of Strahd game of all girls. They call themselves the Lovely Lady Crumbs. So if anything, you can always catch me on Sunday nights as I DM Curse of Strahd campaigns. Other than that, thanks so much for having me.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, my friend. Irvin.
Yeah, I really enjoyed today's show. Basically, when that Archmage came in, I was like, yeah, we're gonna sacrifice Spinbar for this. Oh shit. It's not gonna work. Crap. Again, I didn't get rid of you.
Well,
Someday!
No, it wasn't far off, let me tell you.
Yep. But yeah, I do stream. I really need to get to regular streaming, mostly XCOM, that kind of games. Now just really into a new game, which is running like shit on my PC, which is unfortunate. But yeah. Anyway, I have the same handle everywhere, Twitch, Twitter. So yeah, if you want to see me stream at some point, just click a follow button. If not, whatever.
Dope stuff, dope stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, my friends. Treepo, it's been great to have you back. What do you think about tonight's show?
I love this. I love coming back to you guys. It's been so long because of a bunch of shit, because of the Twitch shit, and then it's like college. And I just love coming back to you guys.
Absolutely. We love having you back, Treepo. Where can we find you online, if anywhere?
It's Treepelt97 pretty much anywhere but Twitch, because I got banned from my other account because they thought I was dead.
It's a whole thing. It's a long story. If you want to hear it, go follow Treepelt. Amazing. Archdevil Rotu, same questions.
It was different. I don't know. It was fun. It was very quiet. There wasn't enough fighting, I guess.
Good input. Where can we find you online, my friend?
Well, I have Twitter, there's that, and Twitch. I don't really do anything, but...
Sick. Good pitch. I like it. Andy.
Oh, this was insane. More so than anything I've been a part of in a while, so I loved it. You can actually find me. I'm mostly on YouTube, D-Warp Films. I'll put a link in chat. Just released a couple of videos this week, so please go check those out. And I'm going to have to go and rebuild Sebastian's sanity after this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a fantastically fun show and a fun week of streams as always. See us again on Saturday on the D&D channel for Learn by Play, 6 PM Eastern. Me and Chelsea will be over there along with Tour School, Sydney, Grimjack21502, and that's all of us actually. There's 4 players and me. This over there. I'll have PowerPoint presentations and everything. It's amazing. We're going to go and we're going to go host our friend Metamancer. She's celebrating 1 year of partnerversary. So let's go send some congratulations to her. I'm going to go get some food and sign off for the night. But thank you guys so much. Until next time, try not to draw too many nat ones because we want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye!
Yeah.